and rode a wheelie into Party Cove.
Could you imagine?
Free jugging.
I would have been free jugging. I mean, I was essentially the whole week, which was also fantastic. And women know, like, to not have to wear real clothes or makeup for a whole week is the best. Yeah. So I really loved it.
I don't know, Rafe, in your drinking years, and even you, Moon, in your drinking years. So like my brother and his family are in town. That's why we took 2 days off last week. I just wanted to not have to get up early and be a zombie all day while my brother and his family were here. But yesterday, Sunday, we're making dinner, hanging around the house. I said to my brother, "Hey man, you want a drink?" And he goes, "No." Oh,
you were bummed?
Yeah, because I don't want to be the only one.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't that something kind of in your 20s where you feel like that's an adventure that you need friends with or something? Like, you don't want to be the loner that's doing it? I don't know.
I didn't want to be the lone guy.
Oh, because you were going to feel guilty. Like Lern said that she felt guilty being an octagon in a circle of squares.
But also, there's a bonding that comes with it. And I'm not saying, sober people, I love you, and I'm not saying that I can't bond with anybody sober. I bond with Rafe every day. But, like, there's something about my brother and sister-in-law who we're a very blended family of political views and of religions and all sorts of stuff. And so the only time that we seriously have bonded over the 13 years that I've been with this family now is over a couple of beers where we finally come together and have some good talks, some deep talks.
We all just turned to alcohol. That's what Lern's saying. We all just turn to alcohol.
What a better world this would be.
Really, Scott?
In a serious manner, do you feel like you can't get that serious or to whatever that level is without that?
No, I can. I mean,
you got to loosen up.
But for me, I feel like they kind of loosen up. I can be loose all day long, but they're a very buttoned up family. And I feel like they allow themselves finally a little freedom when they do have a couple of, we do these things called buzz balls. They're terrible. They're absolutely horrific shots that you can buy at convenience stores at the lake.
That was Scott's nickname in high school.
Buzz balls.
Mm-hmm.
And so Daniel, my brother-in-law, he always brings them. And so he did bring 3 buzz balls to us to try and get loose. And I go, are we really going to do this? Like, Emily's out, my sister-in-law. And we did, we did them, and they're terrible. They taste awful. But we endure it because that's kind of the.
Now, what are buzz balls?
I'll find them and bring them for you.
Booze that will
They're
get
literally
you
in a ball too,
They're
right?
in a ball,
and
they
it
have
gets you a serious hangover if you want.
Remember those Kool-Aids for kids in the 80s?
Oh,
looked like a
the
barrel
foil top?
with the foil top.
Yeah, like the bug juice.
It's essentially like
okay.
that.
They look
Okay,
like
I've seen
adult bug
those.
juices, I think.
They look like hand grenades.
Yes, and they taste flavor grenades, not in a good way. It's
Yeah.
If you put blue alcohol in one of those, what's that? That apple juice that you
Martinelli's.
Martinelli's.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I've seen those.
I'll get you one sometime.
No, I'm good.
No, for your birthday. But anyway, so he brought those, and we tried to have fun with that, and
We all had the buzz balls in our mouth, and
I feel like in the last, it's been, in October it'll be 4 years. So I've been sober since October 2019. And I feel like in these last couple of years on the lake or on a boat or something like that, I don't even notice who's drinking and who's not. I really don't.
Up to a point.
Well, no,
There's a point where I always notice.
Yeah, I'm not really around a lot of partiers. People are drinking because it's part of their routine and it's something that they're loosening up with or whatever. There's no partiers or drunken folks around me really anymore. So I'm not really even noticing. I don't even think about it.
Okay, so here's a question. Can you stay out or even stay up as late as you used to?
Oh, man. Not without repercussions. Not without noticing. Last night I lost more sleep, and this morning I instantly woke up and went, damn, felt that. I can feel it now.
Rafe, are you staying out or even...
I think that's the one thing that's still baked into my DNA is I am still I still keep the schedule of a guy that parties every night. I can stay up.
You can? Mm-hmm. Maybe it's because we have kids at home.
I can rage.
And it's different. Like if somebody says to you, Lern, it's a Friday night or a Saturday night, and they go, hey, we're going out, tonight. Meet us at 10 o'clock somewhere.
Oh, man. Yeah, I'm dreading that.
Are you saying no? Because my reaction at first is, are you kidding me?
If they text me with plenty of time, hey, we're going out tonight at 10 and it's 6 and I have time to rally myself, then yeah, I might go depending on what it is. Like I've been wanting to go. I've been talking about this on the air. I really have been wanting to go dancing, and nobody. Like Michelle Smallman's coming in town from ESPN in a couple of weeks, and she and I are going dancing. Like
where does one even go dancing?
Well, I like to go to Helen's. Nobody else likes to go there apparently, but I love it.
Is that a dancing place
on Fridays and Saturday nights? Hell yeah!
Yeah, they got a band and a whole bunch of drunk folks dancing.
Okay,
when you
It's
walk
my
in there
favorite spot.
at like a prime hour. What do you say? Like 11?
Like 10.
Okay, yeah, 10 or 11, and the dance floor is full.
It's packed.
And it's kind of doesn't matter what band is playing.
No.
That's pretty fun.
See, I'm
is
not
it
out
line
that
dancing?
late. I don't even know what happened.
No, I
That's
know.
the scene down
Is
there.
it line dancing? And
Oh no, it's
No, it's just
jumping and
it's just-
grinding and
it's
getting
rando.
crazy.
I mean, can you imagine Lindbergh and Watson? You know what I mean? Like, there's no line dance. There's no specific anything dancing.
central.
It's just
You get
South
the
County
city
dancing.
kids, the West County kids, the North County. You
So
get everybody.
most of the
at
people on
Helen's.
the dance floor are holding a drink.
Oh yes, the drinks are on the floor. Yes.
It's Sunset Hills dancing.
Oh man.
Okay, so the women are out there on the dance floor, being free
And the men.
loose and cutting it up, but the guys are out there. 90% are holding a drink while they're out.
They have the
dancing.
I've gone to so many bachelorette parties where we take a bus to Helen's. And the men are, I got to say this, the men that go to Helen's, yes, they'll have their, bottled beer and they'll be doing the perimeter thing where they're not sure, but then they will come out and they will dance.
Yeah.
And it's pretty spectacular. So, and Tim makes fun of me because I'm always like, hey, it'll be Friday night, 7 o'clock. I'll go, hey, you want to go to Helen's? He's like, I never, ever want to go to Helen's. And I'm like, come on. Like, it's an inside joke in our family because he's so resistant.
Because he grew up in that town from Footloose.
Where dancing was illegal.
Nixon.
Yeah.
That's
Dance?
Nixon, Missouri.
That's
Yeah.
his.
See, if you were to say, "Hey, Rizz, there's $1,000
On the dance floor.
if you find a place where women are dancing, I would be standing at the edge of my driveway, going, I don't know where to go."
No!
And that's a problem in St. Louis.
I think you'd know where to go.
I honestly,
There's always one place.
There used to be a couple.
They're always dancing.
where?
East Side, baby.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well,
Well,
also
true.
Napoli. Like, it's like, what kind of night do we want to have? Do we want to have, like, bourgeois, like, bougie Clayton
Bougie
night?
dancing?
Oh, yeah.
They dance at Napoli?
Napoli?
Are you looking to get hit on?
Tell you what.
Are you
Unless you
Like,
are
are they holding
tall,
cannolis?
bronzed, and blonde, you are not getting hit on in
You want to
Napoli.
really find out what you're made of? There's a little Cuban dance joint
Yes.
in the Central West End. It's a little underground. I've wandered in there.
Oh, is that called Viva or something like that?
That
Okay.
place is
I know
awesome.
that place.
Yeah.
They always dancing in there, and it is. It's
Sweaty.
for real.
Yeah.
But it's good.
See, I don't want for real. I'm not I'm the Grateful Dead show. Like,
You
I
know
let
what?
them
For
loose.
real.
That's where they do like salsa dancing.
Yeah, that's the salsa
That's
place.
right. And if you know what, if you want to
They do
improve
lessons.
your 100-yard dash, you can't race a bunch of slow people.
Right.
You'll never improve your time.
I need to
You gotta
go there.
You got to go where the pros are. You got to race people faster than you.
I wouldn't know where to go.
Oh man, that
Thank
was
you.
cool.
Napoli. I used to go to. They used to have boogie nights at the casino. I think Hollywood Casino. Went to that. You want to feel like a divorcee on a Saturday night with your girlfriends? Go to the casino and dance because I mean, it's
Okay, oh yeah, I would go to Ameristar or
right.
Oh yeah. What was
And
that?
you'd
What was
sneak
that
off
place that
and
we used to go
gamble.
to? We had gigs there.
Yeah.
It's at Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
Used to be.
Yeah,
what was that place? Because
that
the band
room.
would play on the roof above the bar.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
not the roof, but they play on like this ridiculous thing up there.
Oh, what
Our
is
buddies
that?
would always
what
play
the
there.
hell?
What
We
was
would
that
go there
called?
after Point Fest.
Yeah, it was like Ice Club or something silly.
Yeah.
Club Liquid. Or
Liquid, yeah.
Was
I've
it
been there.
Liquid?
There was Liquid.
Okay, yeah. That
there
was
was
a place where you could see dancing depending on
Some
the
other
night.
places had like a water moat around the dance floor. It wasn't Liquid, but it was like over.
One of the
Club Moist.
There was a couple of those. What do you call them? Karaoke type bars
Somebody
that
will
would
know.
turn into kind of dance places. Like it was Double D's or something
man.
for a minute
Yeah.
there. And
They
a couple
still
of
karaoke there.
Oh, okay.
at Double D's.
Oh yeah, they'll karaoke and people will be dancing.
Before I left town, I went to one of our coworkers, Jenna, who works on KC Mornings with AD. She turned 22. She invited a couple people from work to go sing karaoke on last Friday or whenever it was. And so Tim and I, we said, yeah, let us know where you're going. We'll come meet you out. I had never been to Stooges in Baldwin, right on Manchester.
Nope, not familiar with that joint.
Me neither.
Hole in the wall, possibly the last smoking establishment on Manchester. We walk in. I'd never been in this place before. This was the place. Hole in the wall.
Oh,
There
look
was
at
a
this.
There was a guy who was working the DJ machine, letting these, townies. I mean, and
Townies.
I'm of these people.
Baldwin townies.
Walked in, everybody was singing in Stooges. I was having a blast.
I feel like I've passed this place before.
You definitely have.
Stooges with a Z, by the way.
With a Z,
Ooh,
a watering
it
hole.
says
Stooges, a watering
Stooges.
They should call it a
watering hole.
smoking hole too, because it was. I came home and showered because we stayed till like midnight, watched a couple people sing.
Nice.
Great.
You know who loves to dance? Old people.
Oh yeah.
Did a fundraiser this weekend, Southern Illinois. Bands played noon to 5. Not prime dancing time, but guess what?
Dance
The
floor
blue
was
hairs
packed.
were going bananas on the dance floor, dude. That's what you got to find. You got to find you a nice little retirement community. Go dance it up.
I want to.
So it was in Southern Illinois.
Yeah.
What kind of establishment?
One of my cousins owns a place called Highway 51 Brewery. It's on Old Route 66, and it's actually this big warehouse, like carpet warehouse, that he turned into a brewery, and it's got like an event center in it. It's actually really nice. And they did it in he does wedding receptions there sometimes, so they did it in the reception hall. But it was nice. It was a fundraiser for my uncle, my cousins. I have one cousin he's more of an idea man, I'll be honest. But his sister is very organized, and together, as twin powers unite, they made a pretty good event.
Good.
Oh, it's a fundraiser.
Yeah, my uncle had a stroke. They're trying to raise a little money for him, and he's a good dude, and it went really well, so it was cool.
And fundraiser, silent auction.
Yeah, they had some cool
50.
All the stuff, the 50-50. I know you guys are going to be, there's going to be a stance taken probably, but
Oh, and the 50-50s?
it was donated back.
Well, see, there already is a stance taken
Okay,
on
so
this show.
we've talked about this before.
Okay.
So when there's a 50-50.
All right.
Learn, you had, when we discussed this, you weren't here. It's been a while since we've had this discussion.
It's been a number of years.
It's been a number of years.
It comes up every
Fresh.
once in a while. We always have to let people. We always have to let people off the hook.
When somebody wins a 50-50 at a charity event, normally the crowd will start yelling, "Give it back. Give it back."
Right.
Shaming them
Yes.
into taking their winnings
Which is absurd.
and donating it back.
I remember when
Absurd.
you guys talked about this originally on this show.
Absurd.
And I agree with you. I think it's very sweet if somebody wants to give it back on their own. But I think if you want to keep those earnings, you played the game. You're supporting in a number of ways. You bought a ticket to the event.
Exactly.
You're bidding on stuff. The luck gods were with you that day. You keep what you
Exactly.
got.
And whatever
50-50.
your choice is your business.
your
It's
business.
nobody
and
else
if you want to
business.
give it back,
Good for
then
you.
give it back.
Yeah.
No pressure.
No
pressure.
Anybody that's chanting, I would like somebody to go over to them and go, "Hey, open up your finances. Let me see your bank account."
Right.
Because if you can tell me what to do with my money, I'm going to tell you what to do with
I'm
your
gonna do?
money.
Next time I see you playing 50-50, I'm going to go, give it all. Give it all. Just give all your money over.
Yeah, dude.
Give all your money over
When
to the
they
50-50.
when they announced your name, that became your money, and it's your business. You want to give
Yeah.
it back, do it. You want to do it publicly, do it. You want to do it privately, do it. You want to hold it, do it.
I'll even say this. It's giving 50-50 a bad name because people won't want to invest in
Exactly.
the future because they're like, oh my God, I don't want to, if I do win, I don't want to be shamed. I don't want to feel embarrassed. I don't want to be a cheapskate. They're not even going to play then.
No.
So just let everybody play. It's a 50-50. You got your 50 cut. Then they get their 50 cut.
We did a school fundraiser when the kids were in elementary school, and I won the 50-50.
Congratulations.
And there was excitement of, oh my God, that's my number.
Yeah.
Last four numbers, 5773. And I go, oh my
Oh,
God.
I gotta finally won something.
High
I'm
five,
Rizz.
everybody.
Right.
Getting my
What a
money.
day.
And then everybody starts chanting, give it back.
Shame
And
on
you know
you.
what?
I gave it back.
You make a good point because this fundraiser also had a gun raffle. That's how I knew I was home in Southern
That's right.
Illinois, baby. They were walking around, just children everywhere, just holding up a Colt 44 hunting rifle with a scope.
Dibs.
There was a guy with one hand holding it up, swear to God, not making that up. I'm like, that's probably not the person you want. Displaying the firearm.
Depends
Right.
on how he lost the hand. Now,
100%. 100%. Everyone was thinking it. I'm not a bad guy.
If it was,
He was a cool dude, but everybody was thinking it.
if it was a new, chainsaw, and the guy with one arm,
Exactly, dude. You don't have him putting the Husqvarna on display. That's my point of that story. I'm not body shaming or
Right.
one hand
or
shaming.
being an ableist. I'm just saying, like, maybe we have someone else carry the gun around in the air. But no one was chanting, somebody won that rifle, because we sold I got them to sell all the tickets sold, because it was going to be an ongoing thing. And I was like, Got 50 tickets left, $30 a pop. We're only selling 150. Got them all. Did the drawing, and no one was like, guy came and got his gun. No one's like, give it back.
Right.
Give it back. So
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a good point, I guess. I didn't really think about that.
We were at the trivia for United Services for Children, and Mallory won almost everything she bid on with this raffle. And then we won the grand prize of half a hog. They said half a hog.
Give it back.
Mallory, like, what am I supposed to do? Come on, man. That's
We
absurd.
just feel that with the 50-50,
Yeah.
maybe it's a jealousy thing.
It is a jealousy
I
thing.
think people want
Yeah.
the credit, too. It's like that old Larry David thing of like, I'll give it back. Like,
Look at me.
well,
That's
you know
fine.
what? I've decided today to be generous to the peons.
I put my money in.
I shall donate it back. Yeah, I think
Put
there's a
my
little
money
bit.
in.
Well, let it be my idea.
Who
if
gives
I
it
wanna
back
give
and doesn't tell? Who gives it back and says, "Hey, don't announce it.
That's the real move
that's
right
That's
there.
the real hero
Yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
Don't announce
That's
it.
a real
but
hero.
keep-
That's a confident human right there.
Well, I done after we discussed it the first time on the air, I did a fundraiser that Friday for the West County Police Department, and they made it a point in their 50-50 to say, we will not accept it back.
Oh, that's nice.
I love that.
Nice.
Good for them.
And that'll
Up
probably
front.
that probably makes people buy more,
Absolutely.
knowing that they're not on the hook to give it back.
Yeah.
Speaking of police, I got to tell you all about some police karma I had
All
over the last 10
right.
days.
Yeah.
On the lake?
Wow.
No. I got some police karma. Before I left town, well, first of all, let me go back to, not last Friday, but the Friday before was my last day on the air. On Saturday, we lost power for 48 hours. We were one of those homes,
Oh,
if you remember,
no.
the
Sorry
storms
to
that
hear
blew through. So we couldn't leave till Tuesday because we had to get all of our stuff back to normal, had to throw everything out of our fridge. Like, we didn't leave till Tuesday to go to the lake.
Oh, you had to throw out a whole bunch of stuff?
Whole bunch of stuff. It was a nightmare.
Did you stay in the house, by the way?
I did because I didn't want to leave, of course, I didn't want to leave my cats. And also, the first night wasn't terrible. The second night was brutal. Like
and it was so wet
hot.
and
Oh, it
sticky.
was so gross, man.
Ew.
And then I decided to punish myself even more by repainting my closet. I was like, I'm just gonna blow open the windows and just paint, just jam and just
Wow.
paint the closet because I had nothing else to do. Like I went to the
Why don't you go to your mother's?
What
she
a
wanted me to
warrior.
go, but I didn't want to leave the cats.
You can't take your cats to your mother's?
No, I can't. Because don't even get me started on that.
What a warrior. And you threw food out?
Threw food
Oh,
out.
call a brother. Come
So-
on, man. I got mouths to feed.
Anyway, I went to Jimmy John's on I guess it was last Monday. Okay, so I'm at Jimmy John's on Monday. Still no power. I'd gone to the library to get some things done in the AC. Decided to pick up lunch before I went home. I'm in the drive-thru at Jimmy John's on Manchester, and I notice that there's a police officer behind me. And so I get up to the window. I go, you know what? I haven't bought police officer lunch in a long time. I'm going to do that. So I say to the Jimmy John's person, I go, hey, I'll go ahead and get his lunch too. And the kid at the window goes, are you sure you want to do that? It's $45. And I go,
Half.
I said, yes, I'll do it.
How
I'm
many,
like,
how many people are in that car?
right. I was like, you must be really hungry. So I do it. I was like, you know what? Good on me for whoever's eating all that food. Leave. Then today, so that the whole week goes by. Today,
Okay, so you paid for $45.
Yeah.
$45 for obviously it was more than one person.
Yeah, probably for the whole,
However many people.
They must have got it without the bread.
without the bread. You know what? I have a story on that too.
Because the bread is terrible.
The
at
bread
Jimmy
is
John's.
not terrible. I had a woman come out to my remote last Saturday who works at Jimmy John's. She's like, thank you for sticking up for Jimmy John's bread on this
I didn't
show.
say it was terrible. I just said it was weird.
It's not great.
So that was last
Anyway.
Monday. Cut to today. It's Monday again. I'm leaving for work. I'm early. I curled my hair this morning. I'm flying down Manchester. I have a police car behind me. I have one in front of me at a stoplight. All of a sudden, cherries go on behind me, and I go, "Oh my god!"
Oh, boy.
Get pulled over.
What time is this?
This is at 4:30.
Okay, 4:30, Manchester Road. Manchester and what?
Well, this is now Clarkson. I turned on
Clarkson.
Clarkson. So cherries come on behind me. I'm like, damn it. I haven't been pulled over in like 15 years, okay?
Oh.
Roll my window down, put my dome light on, sitting there. I'm like, oh my God. So officer comes up to the window. I said, good morning, officer. I go, was I speeding? And he goes, you're doing 52 and a 45.
Oh,
And I
wow.
go,
really rocketing
Really?
through.
Nice.
And I go,
Holy
too quick.
smokes.
I go, oh, crap. But I said S instead. And he
So
goes,
52 and a 45. I
Come
mean,
on, man.
It's-
He's pulling you over.
what else you got to do?
It's-
at
he's seeing if
4:30
you're
in the
drunk.
morning?
yes, it's speeding.
Yeah.
It's 4:30. He's seeing if you're drunk.
He probably
Yep.
is. Anyway, this is a beefcake of a man and just a pure delight.
Oh, a beefy gentleman?
Beefy gentleman, mean it with love. And I said, crap. And he goes, you know what? Have a good day. I'll be listening.
Oh, wow. All right.
Oh.
Knew it was you, the woman who paid for the guy's lunch at the
That's
Jimmy
right.
John's.
That's right.
That's what it is.
He said, we've been looking for you for a week. Yeah.
He dropped a half a
Anyway,
bill at a Jimmy John's.
The Rizz
not
Show
long ago.
privilege is real, and it happened to me this morning.
Boy, that feeling, though, late at night or early in the morning when the lights go on behind you, and you go, what did I do? And your voice goes into that register.
Yeah.
I'm going, do I have all my paperwork? Like, I had my license. I'm like, did I put the new identification card in the glove box?
You
like,
say the Rizz Show privilege is true? Yeah, it was when I got pulled over, too, in the Challenger. And a guy came up and was asking me all about the motor. He's like, oh, is this a V8? Is this a Hemi? This, that? And I was like, yeah, cool, sweet. He loves cars. This is going to be fine. I was only going 9 over.
Uh-huh.
And 20 minutes later, he's come by and saying, this is a sweet car. Is it this year? Is it that? This is the collector one, right? With 20-inch wheels and that. And he goes, great, yeah, that's cool. Enjoy it. Here's your ticket.
All right.
All right, the female
He's a
privilege
fan.
exists.
$270 bucks.
But listen, karma.
Thanks,
you paid
man.
for the officer's lunch.
It was police karma.
Well, I got pulled over the Friday on the way home from work.
You did? Mm-hmm. And did you get a ticket?
No, there was an odd interaction. It was Creve Coeur police. I was pulling out of here at like noon and
Pulling on to Olive.
pulling onto Olive. It's 3 lanes, and I have to go left to get on is that 270?
270 South, yeah.
270 South. So I pull out this little merge, and then there's it's standstill traffic because it's noon on a Friday. And there's a Creve Coeur cop. He's right by me. He's in the middle lane. I creep up past him. I got my turn signal on for a while.
And mind you, sometimes it's crazy out here.
It can be.
Because you got to get to that left lane, the far left lane.
In like 2
Right.
blocks.
In like 2 blocks, and there's a lot of cars and a lot of traffic lights.
Dallas is always just a mess right there.
So I'm creeping. He doesn't pull forward. I got my signal on. I see a cop. It's not like I didn't see him. I went past him. I could have waved at him. I see that he's sitting in his car. He's got lights on it. It says Creve Coeur Police on the side. I'm a pretty bright fellow. I put together that this guy is an officer.
This is a police officer.
This
yes.
might be a police officer. I put it together. I'm probably 8 car lengths in front of him. He doesn't pull forward, so I get over in front of him, and then I go another half a block, and I get over in front of another car, and then I notice he cuts it behind me, and he follows me onto the on-ramp, pulls me over on the on-ramp.
So lights you up.
Lights me up, pulls me over. Now I still have temp tags on the car.
Are they expired?
They're not expired, but this is my theory. Because he comes up and he goes, you know why I pulled you over? And I was like, nah, no clue, man. And he goes, well, you pulled out in front of me. And I go, well, yeah. I changed lanes with my blinker on. I thought you were letting me over. I'm sorry. And he goes, well, just because you have your blinker on doesn't mean I have to let you over.
Oh.
And I go, oh.
Huh?
What?
You're not allowed to. I didn't know you weren't allowed to properly
Change lanes.
change lanes in front of a police officer.
Which is I go, is that illegal? And he goes, well, no.
Oh.
But if I wouldn't have been paying attention, could have caused an accident.
Well, that's
and I was
not your
like,
fault.
well, yeah, if you weren't paying attention, wouldn't that be your fault?
Right.
What?
But then he's like, where are you coming from? Then I told him I worked at the radio station. And he didn't have there was no Rizz bump. He didn't know. He's like, I'm new here. What's a Rizzuto?
Yeah.
Right.
And I go, it's just a show, man.
Yeah.
I was like, I think he just pulled me over because he had a moment of power tripping a little. Then checked himself. I think to his credit, he was a cool guy. Afterwards, he
he
went
didn't
back.
get a ticket. I
didn't get a ticket. He ran my insurance, and he's
No
like,
ticket.
And then he was like, what radio show? And I was like,
Because that matters.
I go, it's the Rizzuto Show in the morning. You should listen, man. It seems like we're on during your shift.
Yeah.
You know? And he goes, yeah, maybe I'll check it out. And I was like, you should. It's pretty fun. Check it out. And I go, weird way to make a fan, but hey.
Yeah. Rizz Vangelis.
He was listening
And,
until about 5 seconds ago.
He came back and he was like, all right, man, go ahead and get out of here. He's like, just,
But I wonder what he would have even given you a ticket for.
Right.
I think when we had the conversation, I could almost see him come to the realization in the middle that he's like, I'm kind of being a jerk right now. I kind of pulled this guy over because he had that moment of cut me off? Think you can just go in front of me?
Right.
I'm like,
boy.
yeah, I can. Legally, yes, I can.
You have to.
You have to get over.
But
Squeeze in.
I don't want to paint him in a bad light
No,
because he was a cool dude. He didn't write me a ticket. He was like, hey, have a nice day. I think I pulled in front of him and he saw those temp tags also, and he's probably like, let's see what this
And
guy's
and your temp tags are you're good, right?
I'm good. But they
And I wonder if your car was in a description of something stolen.
Well, I just think you
Maybe.
can't, when you have temp tags, you can't really run the plates. So he probably was like, I can't run this guy's plates. I'll just pull him over and see what he's up to.
Right.
Okay.
Did you follow proper procedure after
yes.
being pulled over?
I did.
So what'd you do?
I immediately rolled the window down. I hit the dome light on. I put my hands on the wheel.
The dome light.
Yeah, it was dark, so I didn't want.
Okay.
I feel like that was a courtesy to him, so he knew I didn't have like a gun or anything. I mean, maybe I did, but it wasn't out. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot. Remember Jeff used to do a certain thing that was silly.
He would throw his keys on the
Yeah,
dash.
keys on the.
He would throw his...
He would throw
Which
his keys on the
signified
dash.
what?
Just so
not
you
gonna
know,
start
I ain't gonna try to run
But
right
would
now.
that signify to the cops?
Wouldn't he put his wallet up on the, on the hood?
yeah,
on the roof?
Don't you remember what that means? It means that you're like you have to do that. I think if you're a felon or not a felon, but if you've
felon?
had a previous arrest or something like that, you have to put it on the hood of the car or something like that to let them know like I've had a history or
Well,
something.
I opened the window, launched my keys into the woods.
I ain't going nowhere. I just threw my keys over in that field.
I grab my loofah off the antenna and I just wave it.
Yeah. Purple. I'm up for anything here, sir.
You get your handkerchief out.
Whatever you
Whatever
pulled me
color.
over for, just know I'm into it.
Well, I mean, you did something that you shouldn't do.
What?
You admitted guilt immediately.
Well, I didn't know.
Was I speeding?
I really had.
Or
didn't know.
would you say I was speeding?
I said I go. Was I speeding? I really didn't know, and so I didn't admit guilt. I just admitted, hey, I don't know how fast I'm going because it's
Well, when they
4:30
when they come up and say, "Hey, how you doing?" You're supposed to say, "No, I wasn't.
yeah, no,
No,
wasn't.
I didn't.
I didn't do anything.
I did not do that."
But I really feel like it was me saying, ass.
Yeah.
Because it was, I don't know. I don't even think you're supposed to curse in front of an officer. I don't even know what that
You
rule
could
is.
say whatever you want.
Well,
Oh, really?
it's not Singapore.
Oh, okay. But I just, but he kind of like smiled. And then I think he recognized my voice,
Yeah.
which was really cool.
Which was nice. That was nice.
And then so the street
Wait,
continued.
did you have your regular voice or did you have a little like, hey, officer?
No, I had regular.
Was I going over?
I was like this. I was like, my heart was going a million miles per hour. But I was
my
like,
gosh, was
crying a little bit.
crap. And I could tell like he was just, I don't know. Like I said, beef stick of a man and very kind. And I appreciate that. So whatever.
You got to roll tape next time.
Yeah, that
right.
always helps.
You got to roll tape. Well, just, I mean,
Can you imagine I went live on
No, just for
Rizzuto Show?
No,
All
just
right,
so
we're
we can
live.
play it back.
I keep a I keep a old school camcorder in my car.
You do?
I'm like a dad at a recital. If I
Hang
get
on, let me
pulled
set
over,
the tripod up.
Hang on a minute. I got to get this angle right.
I got a VHS tape rolling in it, and I'm like, good try, buddy. I do this old school.
I know my rights.
I don't go live.
I know my rights.
No, it was, well, I'm glad everything worked out for both you guys.
Thank you.
It did.
And what they did to you, Rafe, was interesting. That pullover was.
Yeah.
If what
It was a good choice, though.
I think sometimes, man, there are people too, he probably got his feathers ruffled because somebody had the audacity to change lanes in front of him, and then he's like, technically he really didn't do anything wrong. I mean, it wasn't like I cut him off, but who knows? Maybe he thought I cut it too close.
Maybe.
Who knows?
So as I mentioned before, I had my brother, his wife, his 2 young kids were in town. They leave. They're driving back.
Oh yeah.
Today. Yeah, they
Dang.
drove here and they're driving home. But it was interesting having little kids in the house again. A 7-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
The whole trip is basically around keeping them occupied.
Yeah.
When you have kids that age, I have teenagers now at home, so they could do hey, whatever, do your own thing, just leave us alone. With the little kids, you plan around keeping them occupied the whole time so they don't get annoying or stir crazy. So
Yeah.
we went to the zoo.
You're an entertainment director.
Right. Went to the zoo, and it was crappy weather.
I know you were planning on going to the zoo. Did you go on the same day? Because wasn't that one of the rain days?
We went to the zoo on Thursday.
Okay, that was the plan.
And we went.
Okay,
We went.
and that
It was all right.
and the weather was fine.
Although the weather was great,
Were the animals out?
most of them.
Okay.
What'd you miss? What did you
Not
really
the
want
big
to see that
cats.
you missed?
The big, we saw a couple lions. Didn't see. I wanted to see a jaguar. They weren't there.
Dang it.
They
One in the
hide.
parking lot.
They're hiders.
Penguins?
Saw the penguins.
So cute.
Saw the penguins.
Bears?
Elephant?
I got to hold a penguin.
Saw an
one
elephant. Took a tram ride.
Ah,
Took the little train ride. Went through the elephant enclosure.
went to the insect building.
Did not go to the insect building.
Oh, you missed out. That's a good one.
The insectarium, I think.
Yeah, with the big beetle on the outside. That's a fun place.
Is that the herpetarium? And I kept singing herpetarium.
I don't know, man. You went River's Edge. You said you saw the elephant.
Yeah.
The otters.
The kids got to see the giraffes being fed.
Oh.
Cute.
Neato. What color was the tongue?
I didn't get that close, Scott.
Okay.
Purple or black?
I hadn't been to the zoo in a while. Man,
It's tremendous.
it is awesome. We got a great zoo.
Yeah. I went there one time. I'll tell you what, dude. I had an anthropology class in college, and the professor gave you a choice to write a paper, or you could go watch the chimpanzees for 4 hours and just document their like behavior. And I was like,
Sweet.
I ain't writing a paper.
Right.
I'm out. I'll go to the zoo. And I went, and it was February because it was like a winter class. And I didn't even realize the zoo was open in February. And it's like there was nobody there, and it was kind of a decent day in February. It was probably, I mean, it was still cold, but it was probably like upper 40s, 50. Mm-hmm. And dude, the animals were out. It was crazy. I felt like I was in a Disney movie because they hadn't been like, I think they get sick of being gawked at, and it's hot, but it's like they hadn't seen anyone in a while. They're like, hey, oh, we thought nobody was coming. You know, like, we better put on a show, man. It's been kind of light around here. You know, like they're going to end up shipping us off to the Bronx Zoo or something. I felt like they were like comedians who were like, hey, we actually got an audience tonight. Like, let's go out there and make it a good show. So the giraffes were like up in the front of their enclosure and all the animals. And I walked through the penguins, a Puffin Coast thing, and like a trainer looked genuinely startled to see a person. And these penguins jumped out of they were so happy to see a person. These penguins like jumped out of their tanks and landed flat-footed on the floor. Like this outfits.
That's my dream.
And we're just like, shook their little tails off like a Disney movie. And the trainer's like, you want to hold one? I was like, hell yeah, brother.
That was the best day
And because I was the only one in there, so he let me like hold a puffin and a penguin, and I got to throw them in the cage. I got to feed them, gave them some
damn
fish.
it.
It was the coolest.
So fun.
No, we went to the penguin exhibit. And then right outside that's a polar bear, which you don't realize how massive those things are.
Giant, dude.
Did he let you hold it?
And we were no. We were trying to remember the old adage, brown. If it's brown, lay down.
Flush it down. Oh,
It's brown. So brown bear,
Black fight back.
black fight back,
Brown lay down, and what was
white say goodnight.
it? It's over, man. That thing is enormous.
unless you get a Coke.
Right?
Yeah,
and
just
a
give it a
sweet
Coke.
teddy
Yeah.
bear guys, man.
And a Santa hat.
What
That
else
was cool.
did you do?
We spent a couple hours there, and then Friday, my brother, my son, my nephew, and I went to go see Ninja Turtles, the movie.
Heard nothing but good
Yeah.
things.
Excellent, great movie. But man, people were still going in, and we went to the movie theater, and people are still wearing their pink and going to see Barbie.
Hit $1 billion, didn't it?
$1 billion.
Holy smokes.
Way to go, Greta.
Billion worldwide? We're talking U.S.
I think worldwide.
First woman director to have a $1 billion movie. I mean, people were
is
still
insane.
packing into the theater, still wearing their
It's worth the hype, man.
still wearing their pink, going in to
Can
see.
you imagine just like some of like Tom Cruise and those folks were like, you got it. What have I
What
got to
I
do?
gotta do?
Yeah.
So when it comes to movies, and this was on Reddit over the weekend. So this is kind of like trying to swap a middle seat for one in first class. So some guy posted in Reddit's "Am I the A-hole?" Section this weekend after mom asked him to switch seats in a movie theater. So he and his girlfriend went to go see Barbie on Friday. He bought tickets early so they'd have good seats reserved. I do enjoy the now you buy assigned seats.
Yeah.
I do love that. Fan.
The people that want you to see their previews don't like that, but everybody else does. Because remember, back in the day,
Yeah.
one of the reasons like those previews and all those commercials and the trivia and all the stupid
Yeah.
crap we had to endure is because we all had to get there early to get decent
To get
seats.
good
Oh, but I
seats.
want to see the previews. Like, you know
I
what
do.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
do
I enjoy the
too, but-
previews too.
Okay.
I
But
mean,
at the same
sometimes you go,
time-
all right, enough.
Maybe like the ads you're talking like before the previews.
When's the last time you were
Okay.
there when there was like the radio was playing?
Well, my
Right.
brother said
That's
that.
true.
My brother said the theaters by him, like the start time is the start time of the
yeah,
movie.
because there was a lawsuit. In that state,
Really?
wasn't there? Didn't they win a lawsuit or something?
What do you mean?
So when they say
If the ticket
it's
says
a 6 o'clock
11:30.
movie,
Yeah.
it starts at 6.
No, I thought
Actual
that's how
movie.
everything started.
No.
Oh, like the
man.
actual
It'd always be like
movie?
20
Actual
minutes after
movie.
And so like we say 6 and we get there at 6 and then we have the previews.
Right.
I see. Okay.
So it's like if it says 6 o'clock, it starts at 6 o'clock. Anyway, so this guy buys tickets early, good seats reserved for him and his lady. They get there, a woman and her 6-year-old daughter were in their seats. Okay, he says to the mom, "Hey, you're in the wrong spot." Yes, she knew she was in the wrong spot. She said that when she bought tickets, there were only 2 left, one in the front row, one on the way back. So she was hoping they would switch, so she could sit with her kid. He said, "No, this is not my problem.
Right.
This is not my problem. Sorry."
Man.
He claimed he politely asked her to please vacate my seats. Then she told him he was being rude and inconsiderate.
Wow.
Someone else overheard them and offered up their seat instead. So that was the end of it. Or almost. After the movie, the guy's girlfriend told him he should have just said fine, and that would have been the right thing to do. So now he's not sure if he was being the jerk or not.
It depends on how
Was
you carry
he
himself.
being the jerk? And I'll tell you what Reddit says. I'll tell you what Reddit said after you give your opinions. So again, he and his girlfriend, they bought their tickets early, good seats to Barbie. Mom and daughter waited too long. 1 ticket in the front, 1 ticket in the back.
Right.
She's sitting in his seats. He says, "Hey, my seats." She's asking, "Can we switch?" What would you do?
So the guys, then they would have to split up?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. In my opinion, I think that he's not a jerk for saying no. He followed the rules.
I remember that now his girlfriend gave him crap for not doing the right thing.
I don't know. I mean, it's like, can we all just follow the rules of life?
Yeah.
You know
It's not so black and white. It's not a right or wrong. Like, he didn't do the heroic thing, but he didn't do the wrong thing. It's a choice.
I think heroic is a bit of a strong word.
This is yelling, give it back
Well, you know
for the
what I'm saying.
50-50.
Yeah, and if you want to be a hero, be a hero. But if you don't, you're not
That's
an
okay.
a-hole just for not
Here's
being
the
a
thing.
hero.
Hero is a strong word. Let's say if you want to go above and beyond to be a nice person.
Okay, but
Heroes run into burning buildings and grab, kids.
It depends on
They
your
give up
mood,
their
right?
seats.
Like some days you're into, some days you're like, yeah, I want to. Like for instance, at the lake again, we went out to breakfast last day at the lake. We had 9 people in this little diner called Stewart's. We tried to get seated. They weren't going to be able to seat us because they didn't have the room. And so we were outside waiting to get a new place. And some guy walks out and goes, "Hey, my lady and I swapped our table for a different table so you guys could put these 2 tables together."
Yeah.
That was the sweetest thing ever. We didn't ask him to do
Great.
that.
Right, but and that's
They did.
a totally different scene too, because that's dinner. You're talking an actual dinner. That's an eating scenario where you're talking with
social.
one another. A
Right.
movie, this is so just basic. It don't matter.
Right.
I mean, you don't watch a movie with somebody else, honestly, unless
I'll
you have your
tell you
arm
why it
around your
matters.
date, which is kind of why it matters. Like,
I'll
if-
tell you why it matters, because one of these tickets was in the front row.
I'm just saying,
Which sucks.
if your kid is over a certain age where they're not a toddler running around or something, what are you doing with your kid during the movie?
Well, we
anyway?
bought 1 popcorn.
Oh, okay. Well, that's actually a valid point.
And maybe the kid's little.
Now you got to get another popcorn.
Here we
So
go.
The kid was
go,
6.
go out there and get a bowl and pour it in and hand it to him.
But also, like, if you went to dinner and you're like, I have reservations at 8, and some lady's like, "Yeah, I lied and said I had your last name because it's my daughter's birthday dinner, and I was just hoping you'd let us have your reservation." Are you obligated then to be like, "Well, it is. You do have a kid, and it is
Birthday.
I did make reservations and went about things the right way, but I'll enable you to keep using your kid to take advantage of society."
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's I think
yeah.
if he says yes to that, he's enabling this lady to continue to do these things, because this probably isn't the first time she's done it.
Yeah, nobody forced her to buy those tickets.
Absolutely
She
not.
knew, if we're going to the movie, we're not sitting together. And you say that, "Hey, kids, you comfortable with this?" "Okay, I am now comfortable with this." And it's okay. I don't think she's an a-hole for even asking. Great. You want to ask and see if it works out?
Yeah, but don't be
If it doesn't,
a
it
douche
doesn't.
If it doesn't.
Just like an airplane. If it works out, great, ask.
And the other thing is, I would be willing to bet that if she went to someone at the theater and said, "Hey, I bought 2 tickets separately. I thought my 6-year-old would be cool, but I think she's a little scared to sit by herself." They probably would have found an extra chair to like pull up next to one of those recliners that she could have sat with her kid.
How about that movie plays 50,000 times?
Yeah. Made $1 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not just one showing.
Right.
And how about this? If you were the guy, you should have said, "You know what? If you were a good parent, you would have bought tickets earlier. Ha! Roasted. Get out.
That's right.
That's the
I
good
agree.
guy.
That's the Rizz approach.
Hit him with a if you're a good parent.
Yeah.
Like, and there are so many showings. Like, it's ridiculous. And it's, what we're 2 weeks out now of that movie being released, so people aren't going in droves anymore. Like, you can get a couple of seats together at a different showing. I agree completely.
I don't know what I probably would have said no and then felt guilty the entire movie, and the movie would have been ruined.
Now your night's ruined, right?
I probably would have said no and then felt guilty about it the entire time.
Well, that's on you.
And the consensus, by the way, is he is not being a jerk.
Good.
He is not being a jerk.
Do better.
Also, he
lady.
should break up with the girlfriend.
Yeah.
'Cause she sucks too.
Some other people were saying that. And if instant feedback, they're saying, dump her.
Dump her.
She turned on you.
Yeah, she doesn't want to sit
She
next
doesn't
to you.
want to sit next to you. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you walk into a theater assuming somebody's going to give up their seats? Right?
Well,
Right.
not assuming. You should hope. And if
it sounded like this woman was assuming somebody's
Right,
going to
right,
give up their
I know.
seats.
I'm
It's
just
the
saying.
Busch Stadium rule, dude. I'll sit. If I see empty seats closer, I'll go sit in them. But the minute someone comes with their ticket, I'm like, peace out.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me borrow your seat.
That's the rule.
I don't ask, be like, well, I sat, you guys are in the third inning, and I kind of am liking this view, so could you just go sit in my seats behind? You just move.
Yeah.
Like, you roll the gambit. I'm not saying don't try it. Maybe people don't show up. There's sometimes people don't show up for the movie. You never know.
Yeah.
But once they show up, you can't try to lay the guilt trip on them. You got to get up.
You said the kid is 6?
6.
Lap it.
Lap it.
Somebody in the chat said the kid sits on the mom's lap.
Those seats are big enough now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just handle it. No big deal. All
Jake,
is-
great
all is
point
well.
is poor planning is not other people's responsibility. That's the best comment.
That's right. Let me
The
just
best comment of the morning so
pass
far.
this
Good
on
job,
to the
Jake. 1
masses.
point.
Failure to plan to fail.
My God.
Whoa.
Quote.
Holy smokes. What?
Quote it.
How the heck?
Quote it. One more thing before we get to the Craigslist Freak of the Week, which we had a special Freak of the Week playoff round Wednesday because we were not here Thursday, Friday. We left the voting up all weekend, and we'll give you the results. The top 2 vote getters will move on to round number 2 of the Freak of the Year playoffs.
And before we break into that, I just got to give you 60 seconds of a little bit of a review of what happened to me last week as well.
Oh, go ahead, please.
Okay, but this is very. Remember, we talk about sandwiches. We're fans of sandwiches. This is the sandwich city.
I was going to get to that.
Oh, would you like to hold off?
Can we hold off for
Let's
a second?
hold off. Let's hold off.
Because there's a whole thing that I'm going to go into.
Because I tried a new place on the suggestion of listeners, and I have the review.
No, we're going to get to that.
Okay, great.
Because there was a list that came out, and a particular sandwich place in our city made a national.
I saw that.
Okay.
You saw that?
Nice.
Yep.
Made a national.
So we're going to talk.
I want to see if it matches up here because
Oh,
I
man,
want to
I'll
know
tell
what
you
happened to you.
I'll tell you what. I got a story.
It does not match up, and this particular place that made this Yelp list,
Yeah.
national Yelp list, I have not been to.
Really? That surprises me.
Might as well just get to it now. What the hell?
What the
You
hell?
wanna do it?
Hell, Moon. Yeah, just go ahead.
All right, you want to talk about my?
Just go ahead.
Okay,
give me the experience.
All right, so we've been talking about sandwiches. We had an emailer in that said he and his wife started a sandwich club. Every month they go to a different place, and try it out. And they got half a dozen people that come with them on this sandwich club.
Yeah.
This adventure. And he said, we've been missing a treasure here in St. Louis called Vivola's Express. It's over right off of
It's right up the
Chutes-
street.
Yeah, Chutes and Page, Maryland Heights, and it is hidden. It really is like in a strip mall. It doesn't even face the street. Like you got to know where this place is, right? And I did type it into the GPS, and I said, Wednesday, Rizz Show closed up. I'm gonna run down there right after the show. We just got another email about Vivola Express. I went over there, and they said, "Hey, man, there's a line. It's an Italian family, and they're open from 10 to 2, and that's it." But the line goes fast. It is a father at the register and 2 young sons building the sandwiches.
Nice.
And I got in. The line was about halfway through the building, and sure enough, I got in. Then I see a Team Rizz member. Then I see another Team Rizz member. Then I see 2 or 3 other.
Did
Rizz
they
Show
go
fans.
because we talked about it?
I'm assuming because they all said I had to try this place too. So we were all trying this for the first time. And I had a couple people that heard that we were trying it for the first time in the line and said, "Oh man, try the masterpiece. Try this, try that." And you look at the menu and you
Because
just
somebody had said to us, they make what they make for the day.
it's
Is there a
kinda-
menu?
There's a set menu, but they also have a couple hidden things. But they'll make you anything you want. They have a build your own, but there is a set menu. And when you're reading the set menu, it's hard to choose. It's one of those where
Yeah.
you go, "Oh man, I think I would
Everything
be
looks great.
satisfied with everything." So I got 3 sandwiches.
Oh.
You got 3 sandwiches?
Now I felt
That's what I'm talking about,
Yes.
dude. That's the methodology.
You crossed over into Rafe territory.
Talk about feeling like an a-hole. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna hold up this line, but I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it. I need to do this. I need to try multiple things, and it was one of those.
What'd you get?
I got the buffalo chicken.
Yeah.
I got a thing called the Angry Bird, and I got a veggie. Like I judge places on their veggies. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna make a veggie sandwich,
That's where you veered off the Rafe plan, but whatever.
You came into myville.
I'm telling you, man. If you have a veggie sandwich and it's total crap, that place don't care about everything.
Right.
They just care about their specialties. So when I get there, these guys are first of all, hey, we got this new cheese. It's a spicy something cheddar, and I was like, oh, great. And he goes, you want to try it? I was like, yeah. And he wraps it in some weird
Free
salami
sample?
thing, and it was maybe the greatest bite of food I had in months and months and months. Just this thing. I haven't even said Angry Bird or buffalo chicken or vegetable yet. So I tried that thing. I was like, oh my gosh. And he goes, do you want that on whatever you're going to get? I was like, yeah. Do that. And he said, what sauce do you want here? I said, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
This guy says, try the masterpiece. And I said, hey, what's the masterpiece? Just so I know. And he goes, that's whatever I feel like that day.
Oh.
Whoa.
This is the
So,
dad talking?
This is one of the sons.
Okay.
By the way, shout out to those guys. These
After
guys
he said that, was there like a ZZ Top guitar riff that played out of nowhere?
there was guitar in my
Kinda
head
feels
this
like-
whole time.
yeah, it's whatever I feel like that day.
Dude, it was just
Where'd
one
that
of
come from?
One of those spots, and it felt like a South City type of place, like the places that my dad talks about and goes to. He goes to Southwest Market, and like it just felt like that in the middle of like Nowhereville, Maryland
It's in a strip
Heights.
mall, right?
Yeah, and it's kind of hidden. It's behind, dare I say, Subway and another place. But you go up there, and dude, by the time I left, that line went all the way out the building. But it does cruise, and
So
it's
A+?
just those three. A++++.
I'm going today.
I wanted to go today. I got no time.
I posted a picture on my stories of the turkey, and again, each bread was different, and you can tell like they match every ingredient for any particular. Just get
They put
whatever
things on
they
the
say
sandwich for a
get.
reason.
What was in the masterpiece that day?
Oh, I forget. There was so many ingredients flying through my head. I got 3
The
sandwiches.
sandwich
for
was so
goodness
good it erased his mind.
Yeah, dude, you got the MIB.
Yeah.
It was spectacular. Whatever the sauce was on the Angry Bird was amazing. The buffalo chicken was perfect. That spicy cheese, whatever they got going on right now, is just to die for.
Go to their Facebook page. They have a picture of open sandwiches for every sandwich they make, and it looks spectacular if you want some food porn.
Yeah, I'm going to hit it up this week.
Vivola Express, and I believe his name was Joe. He was talking about the Chipolo. It's or you can call it the taco, and that is a brand new item with buffalo
chicken,
and-
pepperoni, salami, pepper jack, cheddar, bacon crumble, spicy cream cheese, chili Fritos, honey hot, chipotle ranch, lettuce, onion, tomato. Yep.
Was this the type of place where they're not letting you take anything off? You get what you get?
No, you can do whatever you want. He said,
Yeah, but-
I'll build you whatever you want. But this is a place where you go and you say, hey, you do what you would do here.
He made that sandwich that way for a reason.
Well,
this is a sandwich artist.
I get that. But I mean, if you're allergic to something on it, that's why I won't go. Hey, dude, that's my point. I would rather not go.
You take your EpiPen.
I would rather just not go. I'll be like, you know what? I respect the craft, and I just won't go. I'll suffer.
This experience, I'll say this. This experience made me feel bad for all of my favorite places. I've been talking about the Gramophone for years and years, all these different places downtown. It made me feel bad for those places because now I have less of a reason to go downtown.
Well, and did you see the email that came over the weekend, I guess, on the talk of our Gramophone trip a couple weeks ago, saying they hate us now.
Yeah.
Because they went there, I think, from St. Peter's.
Yep. St. Charles, St. Peter's, I believe.
Oh,
and they loved it so much.
What took you so? We've been talking about this place for like 7 years.
Listen, I went for the first time a couple weeks ago.
That's true. Yeah, that place is great.
And if you remember, Rafe, when we went there, I got 2 sandwiches because I wanted to try 2.
He did.
I had to do it.
So
I loved it.
So do your
I
Gramophone
complimented it.
late night because that's one of the few places you can get late night sandwiches.
That's true.
And do your 10 to 2 sandwiches at Vivola Express.
Right.
And thank you to that emailer. I don't have his name right now, but damn, 5.3 stars out of 5.
So speaking of sandwiches, and we do call St. Louis a sandwich city.
Oh, yeah.
It is Sandwich City.
It really is Sandwich City. So Yelp put out their top 100 restaurants in the Midwest. So top 100 Yelp restaurants in the Midwest. And these are all based on user reviews published between January of 21 and May of 23. Restaurants across Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, Ohio, South Dakota, Wisconsin. A lot of restaurants.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of restaurants to be considered for this particular list.
A lot of cheese.
A lot of cheese.
That's just not, those are cheese states across the board.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is restaurants, not delis. Restaurants, period.
Yes.
And congratulations, the #1 restaurant on Yelp's top 100 restaurants in the Midwest. #1 was Blue City Deli.
That's right.
Wow.
#1.
You never been there?
Never been there.
Oh, dude,
Rizz, you gotta
excellent.
go.
Again, excellent sandwich. And that's one of those where you don't even need to look at the menu. You just go, you know what? What's the best thing you got today? And they'll just make it.
I've never been there.
Line out the door, such a vibe,
Yep.
worthy of every list they've ever been on.
Well, and that one restaurant, I see more stickers on cars. For
Yeah.
that one particular place.
Like they had a campaign for a decade. Like,
Yeah.
It's the Joy FM of sandwich shop.
It really is. It really is.
It is, man.
Like Joy FM knows how to handle their stickers, and so does Blue City Deli.
they were wrapping sandwiches and stickers for a while.
That's a bummer of like leaving downtown Union Station. That was one of the go-tos. You know, if you wanted to
Yeah.
grab lunch after the
Yeah.
show, you can go to Blue City Deli because it was, a couple miles away.
My friend lives around the corner, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like when he has go over to his house to visit, hang out in his patio, literally 40 paces to Blue City Deli right around the corner. There's a little place there, too, like a pizza place. It's pretty good, too.
So it's on McNair. Blue City Deli rated #1 restaurant in the Midwest for its exceptional sandwiches. Each day, a line of customers stretches out the door of the Benton Park shop for sandwiches made using high-quality ingredients and from scratch sauces, condiments, and house-smoked pastrami. Congratulations. That's huge.
Whoa.
Out of all those states, of all those restaurants, Blue City Deli, #1 rated Yelp restaurant in the Midwest. Also, congratulations to Melanche Mexican Culinary Experience in Ellisville.
Oh.
That is an excellent, excellent, excellent.
What is this?
It's Melanche Mexican Culinary Experience.
Never been.
It used to be a Greek restaurant. It's next to the Chuck E. Cheese in Ellisville.
Okay.
This is a Mexican place that you cannot go and go, I want a burrito.
Mm-hmm.
This is like somebody's abuelita is cooking in the background.
Yes. I've been. It's by Michael's. Is that where this is? Like, there's Chuck E. Cheese, Michael, like Clarkson in Manchester.
Yes.
Okay.
Is this where we went?
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
Go
that place
there.
is amazing.
Yeah, that was #3 on the list.
Wow.
Songbird came in at #5. Songbird on Shoto. I've never been there.
Breakfast.
Never heard of that.
Yelp's list for serving the region's most perfect breakfast sandwich.
I've been there. They got. I think they've. Or I think I've been there. Good vegan breakfast.
That sounds
Not
good.
that you guys care.
Well, we care. we care. We care because food is food to humans.
Arzola's fajitas and margaritas came in at #8.
We
That's
went
on
there.
McNair.
That's right around the corner from Blue City.
Jafra Mediterranean Restaurant in St. Peter's, #11 on the list. Dude, they were,
What was
St.
it?
Louis was
Say-
represented.
Right.
Say again.
Jafra Mediterranean Restaurant
Jafra. With a J?
on Veterans Memorial Parkway in St. Peter.
Jafar.
Jafra.
Jafra.
And then our dear Balkan Treat Box. #18. Love that place. Then on Lafayette, Have a Cow Urban Farm Store and Cafe. That was #32. Never heard of that.
It's good. Good breakfast.
Burger, sandwiches, all-day breakfast. Let me see. Jay's Pizzeria in Sappington, #62.
A pizzeria sounds like a place that only men go.
It does sound like a very small.
It's like a spa
toilet
for
or
dudes. A
something.
pizzeria.
You're thinking a Peter.
Hey, listen, I gotta go over to the
Always got their
pizzeria.
Peters
Is this
out.
pita? Pita.
I assumed that's what you got from eating all vegan food was pizzeria.
I drank a lot of sparkling water. Got to go visit the
The
pizzeria.
vegan chlamydia's pizzeria. Yeah.
Oh, I listened to PETA, and now I got pizzeria.
Oh, by
And
the way,
then-
it was Brett that took care of me over at Bavola Express. So shout out.
Yeah,
to
well,
Brett.
we're
Shout out
going
to
this
Brett.
week. And then El Jarocho Mexican Store and Taqueria in Valley Park, #39 on
Man.
the list.
All of us live next to one of these places, and
Yeah.
I've never heard of Jafra.
Dude, Melanche, though, that place is the jam.
Yeah. I'm
So
gonna go
congratulations. That's a great showing from St. Louis on this list. We should all be proud. We do have a lot of great restaurants in our area. That is one thing my brother said. He goes, man, I ate good this week.
Good.
Like, we ate good.
He's from New York?
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah. He goes, I ate good here. I go, yeah. Yes, you did. All right. So before we move on to the Team Rizz Member of the Day, we need to crown the official Craigslist Freak of the Week. It's the playoffs. It's round number 1. So we had a special Freak of the Week day last Wednesday since we were not here Thursday, Friday. And we let the voting open all weekend. So everybody had a chance to listen to the 4 freaks. And here's how it all shook out. 2 of these ads moving on to round number 2 of the Freak of the Year competition. So it was, as far as the seeding goes, the 2nd seed, the 31 seed, the 15 seed, and the 18 seed. So here's how it all shook out. In 4th place, with 3.9% of your vote, sorry to say, Michael J. Box exits the tournament. Michael J. Box. This was the hot boxing match from Germany. This was a last-minute play-in.
Yeah. It deserves to be mentioned. I'm glad Michael, Mr. Box, got back in here. But did Mr. Box really stand a chance to the rest of these guys? I don't think
that was
so.
the number 31 seed in the competition. So, sorry, Michael J. Box.
Real nail-biter on the other end.
Well, I tell you what.
Yeah, wow.
It was a real fight for 2nd place.
Holy smokes.
And
0.5% difference.
Yeah, in one of the more hotly contested matches of the year, being knocked out of the tournament was our number 15 seed, Cream Elizabeth.
Oh, gross.
This is one that I remember because it was so disgusting.
I want somebody who is adventurous enough to help me find the right amount of cream for my coffee.
And guess where they're going to find it?
Not in the dairy section.
Not in the playoffs any longer.
No.
Not in the dairy section at Schnucks.
It's not. I guess it's not dairy, right? Because it's dude.
It's non-dairy. Okay, thank you.
Wow.
It's not dairy. It's
Right,
dude,
yes.
indeed. Okay,
You know what? Some folks probably did need that explanation.
I forgot.
Thank you.
Yeah, no big deal.
All right, so Lern's going to read the top 2 vote getters. In 2nd place, moving on to the next round of the Freak of the Year playoffs. Congratulations, with 27.2% of your vote. It was our number 18 seed, Todd Lern.
Be My Baby, man for man, 46 years old, Toronto. Good day, fellow gentlemen. I'm looking to connect with a like-minded new friend. Are you ready to be my baby? I want to be your daddy. I'm looking for a man who is willing to become a baby. Take off your adult clothes and step into a pair of diapers and suck on the pacifier that I will provide. Need cleaned? I will bathe you. I will feed you. You will be my precious child. Never worry about a place to stay because you'll always have a home right here. Plus, you have your own crib. I miss taking care of my youngster ever since my last kid left me. That's a sad story for another day. I'm a sweet father who loves to teach lessons, firm discipline, and raise a loving kid. Also, must be STD-free, uncut, and stacked. I will test weekly.
All right, there you go.
The fact that this one almost didn't make it through would have been
A travesty.
really. I mean, come on,
Well,
man.
this was your pick to move on, and yes, it did. It did move on. Squeaked by. Squeaked into
by.
round number 2.
I mean, come on, y'all think this through. This dude's trying to replace a kid sexually.
Okay, well, I think we'll see what happens next round.
Come on, man.
All right, also moving on to round number 2 in the Freak of the Year competition. It was our top vote getter of the week with 42.2% of your vote. The number 2 seed, Super Smash Brothers.
Looking for a woman up for anything. Man for woman, 36 years old, Vancouver. My brother and I are very close, and his 30th birthday is next week. Looking for an adventurous woman who is willing to have a threesome with me and my bro. You be between 20 and 30 years old, dark-haired with huge knockers. Double D's or bigger. Nothing sloppy, please. You're my gift to him. You'll show up at his house next Friday night around 7. You two will have some drinks and start in on each other. After about 45 minutes, I'll join in. We won't know the plan. It'll be a surprise. We've never had a threesome together, and I'm sure he won't mind sharing you. It'll bring us closer. We won't be doing anything to each other, but it will be pretty hot watching little bro get it on with you. I'm not going to lie. Please be generous to both of us. Let's make Lil Bro's 30th a memorable one. We can talk about pay afterwards. Hit me up, and I'll send you a pic of the birthday boy. You won't be disappointed.
All right, congratulations. Super Smash Brothers moving on to round number 2 of the competition. Wow. This is the moving on to round number 2 music.
Yeah,
you know,
the moving on music.
It's the moving on music.
I want you to have like a little Bob Barker microphone.
Oh, they're moving.
I will have another 4 competitors on Thursday. Freak of the Year playoffs. Roll on. All right, enough. Thank you. All right, Team Rizz, remember that it is brought to you by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill, proud sponsor of Team Rizz. Visit hotshotsnet.com/Team Rizz. Don't forget, we'll be at the Hot Shots in Edwardsville on Friday from 5 to 7 for the Pork Steak Army swearing in. I almost called it Park Steak Army, but also would have been correct. Congratulations to Michelle McKinney from Wentzville. She is our Team Rizz member of the day.
Yeah, Michelle.
Michelle is an active Rizz evangelist and does not miss a minute of the Rizz Show podcast. She re-listens to the old shows on the weekends and is a future connoisseur at arms for the Pork Steak Army. I didn't know that was a position. She just made it up. That's fine. Will you accept it, General?
Say it again out loud. Let me hear it.
Connoisseur at arms.
I'll consider it. Come to the event and make your case this Friday.
Michelle thinks of all the guys and Lern like her siblings, and the show always makes her life, or makes her feel like she's pre-gaming her day with buddies. Michelle McKinney from Wentzville is our Team Rizz member of the day. Get super sweet Team Rizz member of the day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Rizz. All right, we'll take our first break of the morning. We'll come back with Crap on Celebrities. It is 7:13. Monday, traffic and weather, Moon coming at you.
Hey, we just got an email over that said, been going to that sandwich place. We just talked about it for years. Glad they're getting recognition. What he does is he goes in and he tells them one hot and one cold. He never orders a specific sandwich.
Oh, that's awesome.
Isn't that a brilliant way to do it?
Yeah.
One hot, one cold. Moving on.
That's trust. I mean, you don't come out of the box with that trust.
No.
You gotta earn that trust. And
That's right.
I did it yesterday. Potbellies, right here around the corner.
Ooh.
I was here yesterday at the station working on some stuff. Went in. I said no onions, but that's all I care
do it
about.
up.
One hot, one cold.
Wow.
I'll take it home, and I'll let me and Tina split it up.
Sign of a good place.
Thanks for the email, Cam. Your traffic brought to you by Worldwide Technology Raceway. There's still a lot of racing left in 2023 at WWC Raceway. IndyCar returns August 26th and 27th. Get your tickets now. The exit ramp from 70 westbound at Bermuda or to Bermuda Drive is blocked due to a crash. Your point forecast, a few spotty showers are possible today with a high of 80, low of 70. Right now it's 72 at the Point Studio. Your point forecast is brought to you by CarX Tire and Auto.
All right, Lern, what do you got?
Jamie Foxx apologizes for his vague booking that turned anti-Semitic. Are we going to ever see Elon and Mark Zuckerberg knock the crap out of each other? And where you want to go if you want to have a rockin' road trip?
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays. We got the porno birthday. All that and more next in your Crap on Celebrity. Stay there. All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Rizz, the socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizzShow1057thepoint.com. Send over your instant feedback through the 1057 The Point mobile app. The whole team's back together. Learn back from vacation. Yeah. We're all here. Scott's here.
Word up.
Looking great as always.
Thank you.
Word up. Sex time fun facts happening. Sex toy of the week. We'll also play 3 and 5, give away some fabulous prizes, including tickets to go see Ghost on Friday, tickets for my birthday bash, not this Friday, the following Friday, the 18th, over at St. Louis Music Park. We got tickets to go see Jelly Roll, and we got tickets to go see the Mighty Guar playing at the Pageant again on August 30th. Went to my first Guar show last year.
Oh, really?
Loved it.
Wasn't it
it's
awesome?
fun, man.
Loved it.
That was my first Guar show, and I got sacrificed.
Yeah, they
I remember
sacrificed King
that.
Scott on
Yeah,
stage.
that was incredible.
I used to go see them at Pops all the time back in like the early 2000s. And that was insane. Because, I mean, they still do the fluids at the pageant,
Oh,
right?
yeah. They have a fluid guy. They have a guy specifically. So a little behind the scenes. So last year was the first time they played the pageant. And the pageant was worried, like, hey, you got like red blood, shooting from different orifices on stage for basically 2 hours.
Right.
So they'd give the formula over to the pageant, like, here's what it's made of, here's what the liquids are made of. And by the time the show was over, there was about 2 inches of water on the dance floor.
Oh, man.
Crazy.
You got to wear white when you go.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah, we sat in the out of the splash zone.
Yeah, yeah. But I will say Mr. Blothar was very kind, very nice to meet.
Blothar's a great guy.
Yeah, terrific alien.
Went out to dinner with Blothar before the show.
Did he have all the gear on?
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, he is an alien.
He's an alien.
All
He's an
right.
alien.
Hey.
It's amazing what an alien eats. Caesar salad.
Nice. Makes sense.
He had a Caesar salad.
Well,
Made with
he's got to
chopped,
sacrifice and eat a lot of people. on
made with
stage
chopped
that night.
baby on top, of course.
That's so good.
But if you haven't seen Guar, August 30th, the pageant, it truly is an
Lothar's
experience.
on keto.
Yeah, Blothar the Berserker is, he's on the
Lothar
Mediterranean
the
diet.
Berserker's on keto. Everybody is these days.
Hey, before we move on to crap on celebrities, I do want to acknowledge your opinion on Tim Ezell from Foxx 2. I know the guy. I met the guy a couple times. He's a very nice man.
I'm not sure we've ever met, but he seems like, I mean, just watching him on mute here, he makes my day better. He seems just to be a positive heart, like a positive guy.
He during the 6 o'clock news, he gives like an inspirational message.
Really? That's incredible. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, oh yeah, and he's been doing it since the pandemic.
Oh, that's wonderful.
He's the goofy morning.
Yeah, he's got real youth pastor energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which I think that's where he was a real pastor, but also I think he's been a youth pastor.
He announced he has Parkinson's.
Yeah.
So I guess on Thursdays, was it Wednesday or Thursday's newscast? It was Friday. I'm sorry, Friday. So this is from STLT.com. Tim Ezell, a feature reporter at KTVI, Channel 2 News, announced on air that he has Parkinson's. He's been with the station on and off for 25 years. He received the diagnosis 2 years ago. Symptoms currently include a lack of balance, slow motion movement, stiffness, fatigue. He plans to keep on working. And he says it's a progressive disease, which means it'll get worse over time. But at what rate, nobody knows. He's 54 years old. Left the station back in 2014 to become a pastor, came back 2018, and he says he got a good attitude. He says, first and foremost, I know that God's got this. God's got me. He will be glorified through it. And there's no known cure for Parkinson's, although medicine, surgery, other therapies can help alleviate some of the symptoms. And he says he came out and said that he had Parkinson's because people were noticing certain things on the air.
Oh, really?
And we're writing him like, hey, man, everything okay?
Wow, and he's 54?
He's
He looks
54.
great.
Dude, he looks younger than me.
Yeah.
I mean, he exudes like a 33.
Yeah, it's one of those guys. I met him a couple times and just super, super nice. So,
Yeah.
Through the roof positivity.
yeah,
Seems like a
positivity
wonderful
through
man.
something like this.
Yeah.
And I know people give crap about the inspirational message. What harm is it?
Well, you
How
either
dare you
receive
be
it or you
nice.
don't, right? It's okay. It's just putting any
like-
extra goodness in the world
What
is
is it?
good.
I mean, I've heard people just, oh my God, I want the news. Screw this inspirational message at 6 o'clock. I want the doom and gloom. The guy gives like 3 or 4 minutes of positivity a night, and people are through the roof pissed
Right.
off.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
That's their problem, not
That's
his.
amazing.
Right, that's a good point.
Yeah.
That's their problem, not his.
Right.
The guy's trying to spread like a decent message.
Yeah.
F this guy. Okay.
Well, and you know what? Good on him for having that positivity in his life, wherever he receives it from, because, I mean, when you get a diagnosis like this, you're going to need it. And so, you know what? In my heart, I hate that this is going on for him, but I know that he's going to be okay mentally through it because
Yeah, 'cause
of
he's-
all that goodness he's had.
Yes.
Yeah, he's built for it.
Yeah.
Yes. So I read this on STLT.com and I go, okay, let's go to the comments.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
no.
Talk about spreading positivity. Let's
Dude.
go to the comments.
Careful.
Oh, yes. And I shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have read the
Cesspool.
comments because
What on earth are people saying?
all I'm thinking is, because I saw at the end of the article, it was like 8 comments. And I go, I wonder
Right.
what those comments could possibly be. I would read the story, me personally, and go, oh, that's too bad. You know,
Right.
prayers for this dude. I wouldn't go and comment. And if I were to comment, it would be something positive. But oh no.
Oh, man.
What can you possibly write about this story The guy opens up his heart. I'm going through this thing. You know, I'm looking at God for guidance. Okay.
Right.
And then, of course, there's humanity.
You have some examples?
Oh, I have one that I was just like, oh, God, I shouldn't have read the comments because this is... Is this a snapshot as far as what society is?
Yes.
Yeah.
For every 5 comments, there's one real big a-hole.
It's a sample.
This guy writes, I don't wish any will ill on him, but he is super annoying. Then this is the article which is announcing that he's got Parkinson's.
Right.
Oh my gosh, man.
I don't wish any ill will on him, but he is super annoying. I have to change the channel when he comes on, especially the inspirational garbage. I hope he goes back off the air soon.
All right, that's
my God.
sweet.
What a total douchebag.
Right?
I mean, this is just
Yeah.
someone detached.
Tangentially, not even tangentially related to what the thing was about.
Yeah.
This person is so detached that they think that your opinion on this guy and what he does in the news matters enough to be typed out, hit enter, and then as if someone else is going to read and go, "Oh, thanks, Julie," or whoever.
Anonymous, I'm guessing.
You know what I mean? Like so detached from reality.
Some stupid screen name.
Right. Or some sort of anonymity behind it.
Yeah, there's definitely anonymity behind it.
I had a similar thing over the week. I was obviously keeping up on St. Louis news and stuff, and I saw Beetle Bob had passed.
Yeah.
Which really bummed me out because, like, I remember when I moved to St. Louis and would start going to shows, and when I started to catch on who Beetle Bob was, I thought it was so cool to like see him, and I think I like went up and talked to him whenever I was.
You
like,
heard
a
the
teenager.
legend of Beetle Bob.
Yeah, and and he was strange, but I liked that, and I really do think he was a cool element to St. Louis. In fact, Steve Gorman, who's the drummer formerly the drummer of the Black Crowes, he saw I posted about it on Instagram, and Steve like posted about it too. So he was known not just here in St. Louis, but also like international.
When bands would roll through town, you know, when Beetle Bob was at one of their shows, it was a thing.
It was like a St. Louis thing. And so anyway, like I hated to hear that he had passed. And then I noticed that JC Corcoran, who I formerly worked with at K-Hits, posted just the most, in my opinion, in poor taste post on his Facebook page, just ripping Beetle Bob. And I thought, what a total, like
Why?
Hear me out. I know JC has been polarizing in this town for a long time. I never was one to be like, he's an a-hole. I never have thought that. But this post rubbed me so wrong where I was like, I didn't comment. I just kept scrolling, but I was reading the comments. I was not alone in that disgust on his post. Like, to me, that was just in poor taste, even if you feel that way.
Right, but why?
Why?
What is the point of posting it?
Exactly.
Does it make you feel better? Like this guy that wrote, I hope Timmy Zell goes off the air soon.
Right, yeah, great. Have your opinion.
Why? Why would you write that?
It's so weird.
It's okay to have an opinion. You don't have to love everybody.
It's so senselessly weird.
Well, we only have one TV channel, so I get it.
That's not even that's the old cliche thing to say, Scott. I know, like turn the channel. I get that. You know, we get that all the time. Like, hey, you know, you don't like this,
Sure.
turn the channel. But it's the mentality of why would you post that? You mental case.
Yeah, man.
On a news story. Can you imagine back in the day, like all the newspapers that are out, if all of our hateful racist neighbors or whatever could like comment on every, I mean, that would be so bizarre to think about.
They're still out there commenting now.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's happening now. Everybody's commenting on news stories.
I want to know psychologically what is in this person's head.
I think it's it's the same thing as trolls. Like we live in a society now where while they're clamoring against art or anybody creative, anything creative, anyone that works in the public, anything, any political topic, any social topic, anything, we will immediately find our way to make it about us, whether it has anything to do with us or not. Because that's what you're really doing is you feel small, and you want to be heard. So you, instead of doing something creative or that has merit, you would rather comment on what someone else does, tear it down, and if they're popular, accuse them of appealing to the lowest common denominator or like this art having no merit, while you're at the same time attempting to do the same thing by appealing to everyone's worst instincts, their most base feelings of hate and loathing and criticism, to appeal to the masses so they will like you, so you can get the like, so you can get the agreement, so people can see your little opinion and come to your little lemonade stand of this thing that you think is so important to put out in the world when really it's dog crap.
Is it maybe a miscalculation of if I pile on this, then people will come along and go, hey, man, you're right.
Yeah. Why? Especially in anonymity. You get none of the blowback and all of the good feels if somebody's like, if somebody gives you a thumbs up on your comments.
Yeah, you're right, man. He is annoying.
Yeah, he is annoying. He is ugly. He is stupid. He is this. He is that. He's not talented. Blah, blah, blah. And even if you feel that way, it's all. And then if someone disagrees with you, you don't have to take the brunt of it as a person because you get to live in this anonymity of the trolls world. When really you're just a shadow. You're a shadow creative, or you're a shadow person who wants. Instead of doing something constructive with their time, you appeal to the lowest common denominator. You get on there and you say this like horrible, tasteless thing because you get the shock value of it without having to pay any of the social costs of being a total piece of garbage.
Hey, and let's be clear. Everybody should and could and should have your own opinions. You're allowed. You're not supposed to like everybody. I mean, you know what I mean? Like a friend to all is a friend to none. Like some of you are supposed to hate me. That's fine.
Agreed.
That's great. That's how we live. We're all different. We all like different things. That's not what we're saying here. We're not saying, oh, he's a great guy on TV, you should love him. We're not saying that.
Not at all.
If you don't like the things, you don't like the things. I get it for whatever reason.
Bro.
But like, just because you don't like something doesn't mean you need to make the world a worse place by throwing your negativity out. We're not saying you have to like everybody. Just to be clear.
I'm also okay with somebody posting that. I'm okay with it. I just want to know why. What causes you on an article that's maybe a 2.5 minute read to go and post something like that?
Right.
Yeah.
An article
about somebody's struggle, a difficulty.
Right. Who just announced he had Parkinson's.
Yeah.
Like, what is in your head that makes you post that you don't like him, he's super annoying, and you hope he goes off the air?
Because it's an opportunity to inflict.
I think it's a personality trait. It's an extension of our personality. Because I'm here for one. I rarely comment on articles that are shared by entities and organizations that I follow. I rarely do. I might share them and then have my comment there on my page, but I rarely am in the comments blowing things up. And I definitely don't have that personality trait of, if I am irate over something, leaving it in the comments. I really just don't. I you know what I'm saying? Because I think that it is such a way. I don't want the extra attention that comes with that. I don't want to be spreading even, more negativity. And I have opinions about everything just like everybody else. But I don't know. I think it's a personality trait. The people that do comment are insane.
As somebody who hates most things, like myself.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're not even on socials.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he also knows, we all know ourselves to be emotional people. We're human beings. And the last thing you want to do is comment while you're emotional, not even realizing you probably did, and now it's there forever.
Maybe I just can't
slow down.
I can't wrap my head around writing something so mean like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I get maybe not upset.
As a connoisseur of hate.
Right.
You don't even leave bad Yelp reviews. We talked about it earlier today. You're like, I'll leave a review if I really like a place. If I say nothing, that is my review. And you live in a world of hatred.
Yes.
And even you can show restraint.
Yeah, I'm like a councilman on, in the town of hate.
But then people will say we have a radio
mayor.
show, and this is essentially our comment box is this show, right? Because we all have opinions of things.
Yeah,
but that's different.
That's our job.
You can email us. You know who is talking right now. So if we say something and you want to really come at us, you can, via email, directly know what my thoughts are. And you do. Yeah. And that's part of the game. We have to deal with that.
And sometimes we'll stand by it, and sometimes we'll go, you know what? I don't feel like that anymore.
Right.
I made a mistake, or I emotionally spoke, or I was reacting in real time on a 4-hour show a day.
Sometimes I'm like, I don't care what you think.
And I'm sure that Tim Ezell doesn't care about the comments.
Nor should he.
Nor should he. For me, I said, man, this is probably one of the lowest points of this man's life. He's got to come on TV and explain that he's got Parkinson's.
Right.
I hope he didn't see that.
Well, we've talked about this before, too, and I agree with Moon. Like, if you don't have some haters, if you don't have some people that don't like you, you're probably not saying anything of substance ever.
Yeah.
The friend to all is a friend to none thing. I agree with that. So I'm not for everybody. And it's okay. That's cool with me. I'm not for everybody. But if I'm not for you, I don't need to hear about it.
Right.
I really don't need to hear about it. Same way Tim Ezell doesn't need to hear about it. There are lots of things that aren't for me. There are a lot of popular things that I don't get that I'm like, I think it's trash. But I don't cultivate my Facebook or Instagram around it. I don't cultivate my personality around tearing other things down. I just don't like it privately. I might tell my friends in a conversation.
Yeah, I just sit at home and just stew silently.
Yeah. And then I
Like
bury
a normal
it.
person.
Like a
That's
normal
right.
person.
I am going to have coronary heart disease very young because I bury it like you're supposed to, like an American. I bury it deep in my guts. I let it bubble, which is what you should do.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Therapy,
Yes.
meditation, eating good food. You'll be all right.
Bury it, put it in the attic, put it in a box,
down.
push it in a corner, let cobwebs grow over
just
it.
push it down.
Never
For your
open
health.
that
As far as it
box.
can go.
For Your Health by Rafe.
Never open that box?
Alcohol for having fun
Yes.
and opening
and just
people up.
drink it away,
And
too.
bury it
Yeah.
for other things.
Just drink it away and just push it down.
Not always.
That's what an adult does.
That's right. This this reminds me. The fundraiser I was at this weekend, because we kind of, some topics we've talked about today. And my cousin got too drunk because we were talking about like moods. Like, I don't notice when people are drunk anymore. And I don't either until they hit a certain level of drunk. And I agree, alcohol can be a social lubricant. I always say I'm sober, I'm not a square. But sometimes it can lubricate too much.
Oh, yes.
And then I got a live comment. I got this actually live to my face where my cousin came up to me. He's drunk. He said, I miss hanging out with you, man. There's nothing I'd like more than me and my wife just come up to St. Louis and have dinner with you and your lady and just have a nice, fun Saturday night. And I'm like, yeah, man, come up anytime. And he goes, oh, no, my wife hates you, man.
Too loose.
I go, okay.
Sweet.
All right. Well,
And you see, that's one of those comments that have been put in the box and put in storage room B.
yeah. But the alcohol opened the box. Sometimes alcohol opens the box, and you don't want those boxes open.
I didn't say I didn't recognize drunk people. I noticed drunk people.
Right.
I just say, like, some drinkers think that non-drinkers are like noticing them drink.
I just laughed,
Well,
I go, what's going on with that? And he goes, and it has something to do with like, I don't know, dude. I think we drove up. I think we did ecstasy when we were like 19 years old together, and he told her about it, and she's like, he's a bad influence. And I'm like, I've literally been sober for 12 years, and that happened 20 years ago, and he just goes, hey, she holds a grudge. That's right. And I guess so, man. But like, I don't need to know any of this, dude. We're sitting at the same table right now. Like, she's sitting across from me. You're telling me
She's right there.
We talk about those backhanded compliments where people are like, oh, I didn't like you at first. But like, I had a thing last Saturday or 2 Saturdays ago. I was at the Alley in Washington, which is actually a really cool spot. And had a guy walk up to me and he was like, oh, really excited you and Rafe joined the show. Got to get your stickers, And he's like, I'm just getting Rafe's sticker, though, for my brother. My brother hates you. And I was like, all right, cool, man. Like,
how am I supposed to walk away from this?
What am I supposed to do?
He said that to you?
Away.
Yeah.
I'm going to walk away from this interaction feeling what?
I felt like I guess.
What is in his head?
Like the brother who came and grabbed my sticker. I mean, good, I guess. But now that your brother, and I gave him another sticker of my face. I go, here, put this on your brother's truck. Because I tried to make a joke out of it. But at the same time, I'm going like, I didn't need to know. I don't need to know.
Right.
Yeah.
Because then it's, obviously I'm talking about 2 weeks later.
Just take the sticker.
And
throw it in the trash, man.
Right.
That happened at the fundraiser, too. Like, my cousins are like Moon stands because they're in bands. They love Moon. Dude, they listen to the show forever. They're Rizz guys. And he just took like 20 Moon stickers and then left my stickers left all of our stickers
off to a creepy start.
I'm your own cousin, dude.
Sweet.
I am your own family. I'm here hosting this benefit fundraiser for your father, our uncle. And shout out to all the uncles out there, man. I think uncles get a bad rap. I want to say
as
that.
an uncle.
I'm a man.
Uncles are cool.
I'm built by uncles, like a Ford truck built by uncles. That's me.
Uncles are the cinder blocks holding up the.
They really
trailer.
are.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'm a cool uncle.
That's right.
Yes, the grass won't be cut, but the uncles are the cinder blocks under that 68 Fairlane or whatever you got up in the yard. And this was my cool uncle that I used to clean Hungries in West Frankfort with him. He fired me 7 times for sleeping in the van, hired me back 8. That's what uncles do.
That's right.
That's what uncles do.
Cool uncles.
Cool. And all my uncles were cool, man. I'm a man put together by my entire assembly line was just cool uncles exposing me to stuff way too early in my life.
Built by uncles.
Built by uncles. Built Uncle Tough.
All right, let's do crap on celebrities. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And it's brought to you by Bright House Plumbing. Call the best. Flush the rest. BrightHouseCo.com. 636-600-0188. Jamie Foxx apologized on Saturday for an Instagram post that some deemed anti-Semitic. On Friday, the star wrote, he posted this photo. Did you see this?
I saw it. A very odd choice of things to post.
Very odd. He explains what's going on. And I got to tell you, like, I didn't know about this until Jennifer Aniston posted something because I followed Jen and I haven't followed Jamie yet. Anyway, Jamie posted just on Instagram.
And this is out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, okay?
Listen to this. Did you see this quote?
No.
Out of nowhere, Jamie Foxx, who's been pretty much off the grid for
months.
Yeah, except for like didn't you like a video? It was a video or something.
Yeah, it's like a video like, hey, thanks for your support and whatever.
Right.
And then post this.
He posted this. It was a static post. It says, they killed this dude named Jesus. What do you think they'll do to you? He included the hashtags fake friends and fake love, okay? So news website, A Wider Frame, which focuses on Jewish issues, posted a screenshot and then said it's horrifically anti-Semitic messaging. So in his apology, Jamie Foxx says, I know my choice of words have caused offense and I'm sorry. That was never my intent. He clarified that he was betrayed by a fake friend of his, and that's what he meant with they, not anything more. So he was vague-booking. You know how sometimes people will post something and it's very vague and it can be misconstrued into a million different directions because people want to be passive-aggressive and not deal with issues themselves.
It's like somebody posting a picture of their hand with a hospital bracelet.
Right.
Going, here we go again, and nothing else.
No context.
You know, why? Are you in the hospital? What's go?
So essentially he posted that meaning they, as in his friends that he didn't want to call out.
Yeah, just people.
Just people.
And people were surmising he was talking about Jewish people?
Yes.
Which makes them the racist,
but it's
right?
the Romans. So, I mean,
yeah.
And I don't know the religious history,
I can
but
understand Romans being like, hey, you talking about me?
right.
I mean, we all technically have the reason he's dead.
But that's the whole thing is that, the Jews killed Jesus. That's a common.
But it is funny that people.
That's a common thing people say to be anti-Semitic.
But when you say that that's racist to assume that he's.
Yeah, but
that is a common thing?
Yes, it is.
Based on what? I don't get it.
Well, and that's what people were misconstruing. People who have a broad thought of
people
that.
that have like the half.
It doesn't matter
thought.
what the half.
A half thought.
It doesn't matter.
It's people who haven't read that word.
It doesn't matter. But that's a common thing that people say to be anti-Semitic.
Because I think it's racist that assume that.
Well, it's a whole mess. I mean, it just shows that you got to be very careful with what you're putting out there because you could look. In my head, I don't know what was going on. I think that his explanation here makes sense as far as him being passive-aggressive, posting something that he was talking about they meaning a friend, not
What do you mean by
meaning... Right.
Yeah.
And
that's the root of this issue is everybody attributes whatever they think it is to whatever somebody is vaguely speaking.
Well, here's what sucks. So I love Jennifer Aniston to death. And the way that I found out about this Jamie Foxx post is because she had to make a post, or she wanted to make a post, where she took wider frame screenshot. And as you see that screenshot, you see that Jennifer Aniston had liked Jamie Foxx's post. So people were calling out Jennifer Aniston. And she had to say, this really makes me sick. I did not like this post on purpose or by accident, which I don't really understand what that means. And she says...
That means my assistant did it.
And she says, and more importantly, I want to be clear to my friends and anyone hurt by this showing up in their feeds that I do not support any form of anti-Semitism. And I truly don't tolerate hate of any kind, period.
When you leave things vague, you leave it up to now interpretation of what anybody could assign whatever they want to it.
Vaguebooking is the worst. I have plenty of people, I'm sure all of us do in our lives, that do it.
Pray for me. For what?
For what?
Right.
Just do it.
Right.
Well, what for? I don't know how many prayers I get.
Or they'll say something like, like they'll be like, they want to call somebody out, but they're too,
Oh, yeah.
They won't do it. Nobody wants to actually call anybody out on social media. They want to do passive-aggressive vague-booking, and it's annoying as crap.
It's annoying.
Anyway, in other news, Eva Mendes was interviewed by People magazine recently, and now we know that she, along with her man Ryan Gosling, they don't let their daughters use the internet or social media because it's, quote, too dangerous. In a new video, Eva says it's in the same category to their family as drinking, getting a driver's license, and voting. Your thoughts? Like, do you let your kids social media? Like, do you have an age limit?
Yeah.
You let them do that, or
No.
you have an age limit?
No, I said if my daughter posts her face on social media, I'm going to take her phone and give it to Elon Musk, and he's going to put it on the next SpaceX
Really?
up to orbit.
They're allowed certain ones. Others are right off the table. There's also minute limits on them per day and per week.
That's good.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, and it's been an interesting balance.
It's tough too because all their friends are doing it.
All their friends, and that's a big part of it.
Right.
And they also use it as like communicative devices with their friends and with their, like my older daughters. They're like, oh, my sisters are doing this, and we want to be a part of it. So we've had to really like figure out, like, I hate to be like this old guy, but we've actually had to say, okay, what does this app do? Like, what is the point of this, and how does it work? And can people contact you? And how are they this?
I see some of my daughter's friends, what they post, because we monitor. Mm-hmm. And there are some things that are posted that they will come to regret coming older age.
Absolutely.
And anything I do to protect my kids from 12 years old.
How difficult is that for you guys in an age, I feel like especially now, that it's so commonplace? Like, I feel like when my kid was of that age, it was just becoming a thing. Now it is a thing.
As of tomorrow, we have 3 teenagers in the house.
Is it hard to even, like, because they're better at technology than you, is it hard for you to even monitor and keep track of what they're up to?
It's not even that they're better, it's that they know what's happening, and we don't even, these apps aren't even appealing to us, so we don't even hear about them until they're like, oh yeah, all my friends are on this, and this is how they're using it. I hate to sound like the old guy or whatever, but like it's this crazy thing to keep up with, and then you're trying to be like, let them be a teenager and let them be free, not free, but like at the same time, Rizz is over here saying, how do I protect them from themselves?
Yeah.
While at the same time, think about when you were 13 or 14, our parents weren't protecting us from nothing.
No.
My friend has a 10-year-old and just found out, just didn't know what Omegle was. Do you guys know what that is?
What is that?
It's essentially like chat roulette. Back in the day.
Where the guys show their...
It could get wild on there. And like the 10-year-old was like, she didn't know what it was. It was just on the phone.
I'm all about kids making mistakes, learning from mistakes. But when we were kids, we weren't one click away from posting something that could potentially down the road.
Sure.
Yeah.
We weren't filmed 24/7 like everybody is now.
Listen, I'm doing my best. My wife is doing her best. I'm sure you're doing your best.
Yeah, it sucks to monitor, but you just have to be to be a monitor, and every day you have a decision to make.
The only thing you can hope is that, as I think about this all the time, we'll probably, some of us, if I stop eating red meat, probably me, will live to long enough to see the first president who was on Twitter when they were like 12 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to be an interesting time.
I mean,
because we're either going to have to forgive it all, because everyone's, a lot of the mistakes we made as kids, they stayed in our group of friends or the high school or the junior high we went to, and you got to kind of live it down. You don't get to live stuff down anymore.
Dude, it's wild to see some of these girls, 11, 12 years old, in like belly shirts, lip syncing to sexually suggestive. I'm not a prude either. Mm-hmm. Like cursing and...
Oh, that's what we were doing too, though. I mean, I thought I was in the band TLC whenever I was in sixth grade.
Yeah.
I got to be Chili. So my girlfriend Danielle and I would have like crop tops on in her bedroom singing Waterfalls, but nobody will ever get to see that because it was the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, it's gone.
There were a lot of uncomfortable dads at junior high dance competitions.
And how about this? I'm thinking, how many creepsters are looking at these young girls?
Right.
Dancing provocatively, sexually suggestive stuff. It's so creepy out there. And maybe because we do Freak of the Week and we read a lot, I could see that some parents are 100% not monitoring what their kids are doing. And if they are, you're a terrible parent.
Well, wait a minute,
if you allow this to be done.
Is that just the new letting your kids roam town, though, in the 90s? Because, there were plenty of terrible parents back in the day that were letting their kids just roam.
Yeah, do whatever.
And getting in trouble and doing drugs and the, broken down building down the street. So, it's just the new level of terrible parenting.
I also knew not to go into certain areas where I would get in real trouble.
You had good parents then.
I had good parents.
Anyway, let's change the subject because here's some good news. Pee Wee Herman passed, and that's the bad news. And I heard that the show killed Pee Wee Herman. I was listening to the podcast about that.
Rizz has a tendency.
But
what happened?
Oh, nothing.
Before Paul Rubens passed, you guys, before Paul Rubens passed, he completed more than 40 hours of interviews for an upcoming HBO documentary about Pee Wee Herman.
Whoa.
And so fans, we will have like this beautiful documentary to honor him at some point. Also, fans had been leaving flowers in his South Pasadena house used in Pee Wee's Big Adventure. And Danny Elfman also honored him at a concert on Saturday.
I watched Pee Wee's Big Adventure on Wednesday night.
Did you really?
Yep.
Holds
in
up?
honor of Paul Rubens. Absolutely 1 bazillion% holds up.
That's great.
Watched it with the boy. He loved it.
Really?
Yeah, my brother, myself, and my son watched it. And
That's cool.
100% holds up.
Elon Musk wants to live stream his fight with Mark Zuckerberg on X, but Mark wants it to be on Threads to raise money for charity. Meanwhile, Mark Zuckerberg said he's not holding his breath over the proposed cage fight, as he revealed that he had suggested a date of August 26th for the contest. Elon Musk did. The Facebook co-founder posted on Threads app that he was ready today for the bout, but he had not received confirmation from Elon. This is probably
I
not
am
gonna
inviting
happen.
you guys over to my house
Dude.
if it does happen, and I'm getting a hot dog cart.
Do you think it's
I
just
can't wait.
real?
Are you doing
I'm
hummus?
not participating in this crap.
You're not going to come
Oh,
to my
you're
house with a
coming
hot dog
over.
cart? I'm getting a hot dog
It's
cart.
not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. And this
It's
is
not
so,
gonna happen.
This is so dumb. This is just as like.
I feel like if it does
the
happen,
disaster that Twitter's become, and this is what he has to do
I
to
love
promote
it.
it.
I think
I'm all
if it
about
does happen, it'll be some cheesy like they meet in the middle of the ring and shake hands. You know what I mean? Like I think it'll be like some publicity stunt where they don't actually.
It's
fight.
very WWE.
This whole thing is publicity. It's just extreme marketing
It's
for
also
something
like-
that's crashing.
These people, and there's like people that look up to these guys. They're
I know,
like their
such
whole
a bummer.
personality is based around what Elon Musk says,
Right.
Or what Mark Zuckerberg says. I'm like, these are your heroes, man. Look at these guys.
I thought we're doing it at the Coliseum. Again,
Clowns,
hot
dude.
dog cart.
Yes. If it happens, I'm
I'll
coming
get you
over.
a
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna watch.
Yeah, of course I'm
Heck
gonna.
yeah, I'm going to watch that. Are you going to make your hummus?
Of course.
Thank you.
It's my, billionaires fighting billionaires hummus.
Yeah.
In some music news, Offspring frontman Dexter Holland says that the band is about 4 songs shy of completing a new album that they've been working on with Bob Rock. Nicolas Cage's son, Weston Cage, has been working on some music with Breaking Benjamin guitarist and backing vocalist Keith Wallen. I had no idea that Nick Cage had a son. He looks exactly like his father, and apparently he was in all sorts of black metal bands.
Yeah, he's got a son, Weston. Isn't he have another kid named
Kal-El.
Kal-El?
Or is that the same kid? Does he go by Weston? Maybe.
I thought maybe he had 2.
He looks just like his dad, like face-off
my
version
goodness.
of Nick Cage.
Yeah, he's more of a like a
One was
square.
like very goth.
He's a-
so
he's-
Weston?
Weston.
He's
yeah.
more of like a square-faced,
His eyes are his dad.
beautiful blue eyes. Look at those.
Yeah, like hot Nick Cage.
Hot Nick Cage indeed.
Like, imagine if Nick Cage was in Breaking Benjamin. I mean,
Yeah,
There it is.
that's the
This
look
is
right
it.
there.
Hey, he's got another kid named after like Superman.
In other news, Blabbermouth reports that new old Guns N' Roses song, The Chinese Democracy Era recording, perhaps is set to be released on Friday, so we'll look forward to that.
Kal-El Coppola Cage is 17.
Kal-El, that's a cool name.
Son of Jor-El.
Congratulations to Adam Jones, the Tool guitarist, recently welcomed a baby girl with his wife, Corin. This is their 3rd child. Let's see, John Gosling, do you know who that is?
Oh yeah.
John and 8 plus 8. John and Kate plus 8, right?
No, maybe, but John Gosling was the keyboardist in the Kinks
Oh,
right.
from 1970.
I think you're also right.
Oh, that guy, yeah, John Gosling, right?
Yeah, he was a
Gosling.
John and Kate plus 8.
Yes, he was.
All right, well, I apologize. That wasn't a good question.
Maybe it's
Anyway,
the same guy.
The keyboardist from the Kinks passed away at the age of 75 on
I don't
Friday.
think it was 75.
No,
No.
I mean,
And then finally, speaking of rock news, we're all music fans here. We've done a lot of traveling in our time. If I were to say to you, hey, I'm a rock fan, I want to go see some of the top places in the United States for music history, where would you tell me to go? By the way, I'm going to be keeping score of points if you get any on this list correct.
Clarify the question.
So it's United States only, so don't say Abbey Road.
Okay.
I'm wanting to go to places where I could experience either where rock music was born or
Okay.
where it died, or just a place that has a history
Got it.
of rock
Okay,
music.
got it.
Muscle Shoals.
Muscle Shoals, not on the list.
This list is already
Nothing then.
trash.
Sun Studios.
Okay, I'm sorry. Give me top 10. I'm sorry. It might be on the list. but
Sun
it's not top
Studios.
10. Sun Studios.
Yeah. Are you talking about towns or places?
I'm going top 10. These are, let me give you just
Like
an
these are
example.
Okay, fine.
specific,
Red Rocks.
specific places?
Like, you're not going to get this. Like, Allman Brothers Band Museum in Macon, Georgia.
Oh, so
This was on the
real
list.
like rock destinations, not like where the sound originated. Like Motown's not on there.
Motown Museum in Detroit is on there.
Okay, so Sun Studios
Okay,
not
so
on
1
there?
point for
Like,
Ray.
didn't some of the most iconic
Yeah.
recordings happen?
Elvis, Johnny Cash,
With places like Whiskey.
Haight
Whiskey
Ashbury.
Go-Go?
Yeah, Whiskey
Whiskey
Go-Go.
a Go-Go, point for Rizz. That was number 5.
I'll
This
give
is
Scott
top
a half
6.
a point on that one, too.
Oh, he said it.
The
That's
reason
his
that I'm
point.
saying
I
this.
said the Go-Go part.
You silly.
Fine, I'll
True.
give Scott my full point.
Okay.
Thank you.
Viper
very
Room.
sweet.
Let's go Viper Room.
Viper Room's not on the top 10 list. It could be on the top 50 list from ultimateclassicrock.com.
Stone Pony in Asbury Park.
Stone Pony.
That's a great one.
Not top 10.
Wow. Red Rocks.
No.
Okay, so venues really aren't on there so much other than the whiskey.
Studios, think like
Haight Ashbury.
Something in Nashville.
no, but
Studio
that's a good one.
54.
No.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and
No.
Cleveland.
Studio 54 was only open for like,
CBGBs.
that was a dance club
No.
for 3 years. That's it.
This is
Yeah, but it
places
was
you
a
can
big
go
disco.
and like tour.
Yeah, but she's talking about like music history.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Third
That was
Man
not
in top
Records.
10.
Third Man Records in
Why
Nashville.
don't you just tell us the list?
I will tell you the list. I thought this was going to be a lot better than it was.
Give us a state, man.
All right, so coming in at number 9 was Buddy Guy's Legends in Chicago. Electric Lady Studios in New York City came in at number 8. Number 7, Prince's Paisley Park in Minnesota.
okay.
Motown Museum in Detroit, Michigan. Number 6, Whiskey Go Go in LA. Number 5, Elvis Presley's Graceland.
Casey Studios in Crestwood. Somebody said it in the chat room.
Number 3, Crossroads in Clarksdale, Mississippi. Number 2, the Bob Dylan Center in Tulsa. And the number 1 place, destination for people who love, must-see spots for rock and roll, the Apollo Theater in New York City. Would you agree with that, being of New York?
Isn't that where the Queen had their
Wait.
first show in the U.S.?
That was a Bob Dylan museum in Tulsa. I thought that was Woody Guthrie.
He said Bob. She
No,
said
this
Bob
is
Dylan.
Bob
Center.
Dylan Center in Tulsa. I don't know what it is.
I've been to the Woody Guthrie Museum there, and that is cool.
What has
I
Tulsa
never heard
have
of
to
a
do
Bob
with
Dylan.
Bob Dylan?
Yeah, that's what I
Bob
don't-
Minnesota.
Dylan Center.
Dude.
Woody Guthrie's his hero. Maybe he did something there.
UltimateClassicRock.com, they put together the 50 rock landmarks that you should visit in your lifetime.
Okay.
Hard Rock Cafe, Las Vegas.
That's
Hard
right.
Rock Cafe.
And that's your crap on celebrities.
You're a celebrity celebrating a birthday today. Francesca Eastwood. That's Clint Eastwood's daughter. She's 30. Mike Trout is 32. Abby Cornish is 41. That's John Krasinski's love interest in Amazon's Jack Ryan series. We have an email about that later. Charlize Theron is 48. Michael Shannon. I love this
Oh,
dude.
Zod.
Yeah, he is General Zod in the Man of Steel. He was in Boardwalk Empire, a bunch of other things. Michael Shannon, 2 first names, is 49. Harold Perrineau, that's Michael on Lost. He's 60. Ramon Estevez. Ramon. That's the older brother of Charlie Sheen and the younger brother of Emilio Estevez. He's 60. Maggie Wheeler, that's Janice on Friends. She's 62. David Duchovny is 63. Bruce Dickinson, the cancer-defeating lead singer for Iron Maiden. Bruce Dickinson is 65. Wayne Knight.
Newman.
That's right, Newman on Seinfeld. Wayne Knight is 68. And Tobin Bell, who is Jigsaw in the Saw movies. Tobin Bell is 81 years old.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Anita Blue. And today's birthday girl's been in 187 fine films, including Attention Horse 2, Big Booty Rollin' 2, The Bigger the Better 1, Blackmailed 2, that's Blackmaled, Blackmailed 2, The City of Flesh 4, Double Bubble White Booty 3, P.S. I Love You. She
I love
was
you
in
too.
Smothered and Covered 8, Wham Bam Thank You Ma'am 3, and Who Can Fade a Roll. In 2010's It's Big, It's Black, It's Jack. Anita Blue is 40 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. All right, let us take a break, and we will come back, and we'll give away some stuff. Oh, lots of great prizes today. Tickets to go see Ghost on August 11th. That's this coming Friday over at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. We've got tickets for my birthday bash featuring The Urge and Stabbing Westward. Next Friday, the 18th, over at St. Louis Music Park. We got tickets to go see Jelly Roll. Just a couple weeks, Saturday night, August 19th at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater. And we have tickets to go see Guar August 30th over at the Pageant. As we do every Monday, we will play 3 and 5. So Moon's going to give you a category. You name 3 things in the category within 5 seconds. 2 out of 3 categories right, you win your choice of prizes. No ums or ahs to start your answer. 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. We will play 3 and 5 next. Headline, man who fondled feet in Lake Tahoe arrested. Tell me more.
Fondled.
Go on.
Whose feet?
Fondled just random women, like their feet.
What do you mean? He was like scubaing?
He was, this guy from California accused of sneaking into Lake Tahoe vacation condos and fondling women's feet as they slept. So on Wednesday, this guy was arrested, 26-year-old Mark Anthony Gonzalez, taken into custody.
Mark Anthony.
Mark Anthony Gonzalez.
Taking that J-Lo divorce hard.
So here's what the sheriff's office says in the area, that over the 4th of July weekend, Mark Anthony snuck into 2 resort condos by entering through unlocked screen doors in the and they say wee hours in the morning. And they say once inside, he positioned himself at the foot of the bed and rubbed the feet of 2 separate adult females.
What? Stop this. Huh? Will you guys just stop?
The victims, what do you mean you guys?
It's always dudes breaking in.
Somebody wants to break in my house and rub my feet while I sleep? Come on in.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
I'm going to be grossed out. I'm going to let you finish. But I'm going to be grossed out.
Don't say finish.
You know what I'm saying?
She is right. Poor choice of words there.
I apologize.
The victims were said to have woken up while this was actually happening. So there he is, Mark Anthony, just at the foot of your bed.
Even J-Lo's Mark Anthony nightmare.
Did this buffoon think he was going to get away with it while they were still sleeping? Like, who could be sleeping and get their foot touched and not wake up?
Right. That's like the one thing, that's the alarm that goes off the first.
Right.
If there's a monster under the bed, they're going for the feet first.
Yeah.
That's why you have to get them.
He would also steal their shoes.
This is like the guy from There's Something About Mary.
Now that's
I just saw a study that said they did some brain study that was like that your brain knows if someone's watching you even if you're sleeping.
Yeah, man.
Wow, this is one of the creepiest things I've ever read.
So imagine if they touch your feet.
What do you mean your brain knows if somebody's watching?
I don't know. I guess
other than you can feel when somebody's, in
their
room,
presence.
There's the presence, there's the temperature, there's like a magnetism, whatever
Maybe
it is.
that's it. I don't know. I didn't read.
But if somebody's standing on the other side of the room, my brain don't know what's happening. I'm not some superpower.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Take it up with Harvard.
Feel that if somebody's in the room with you and you don't know.
Dude, that's what sleep paralysis is all about. You wake up and you can't move.
Yeah.
Somebody's looking at me. And it's a demon. We all know this.
It's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah, I don't know how this guy thought he'd get away with it.
Yeah, right. I'm going to touch these people's feet.
Not that this matters, but is it a Mark with a C or a K?
It's got to be a C.
M-A-R-K.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, this is totally a Mark with a C.
This is a big deal.
Kind of thing to do.
This is the correct way to spell Mark. Shout out to all the Marks with a C.
M-A-R-C-H.
I feel like all Marks with a C are like they're amateur painters.
Yes.
It's M-A-R-Q.
They can all paint. I feel like if your name ends in a C, you can paint.
Mark with a K is like the cool guy. Like always brings the best booze to the party, making everybody laugh, dating girlfriends.
My Uncle Mark was cool.
See that?
Foot rubs.
No thanks.
Oh, foot rub Mark. Would you be okay with, let's say this happened at your house.
Okay.
You're in bed. Tim's with you. Tim's lying next to you.
This is my nightmare, yeah.
And good old Mark walks in through the screen door, takes your shoes, sniffs them first.
Don't smell the Vans, Mark.
Takes the duvet at the foot of the bed. And
No!
If you watch the webcams, like this,
only uncovers the feet.
I love that.
So now my feet are cold.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm awake immediately.
Yeah, I'm with you.
But
my feet are uncovered, so now I'm already freaked out.
I am seriously depressed if my feet are like. I have to have. How do you people sleep? Do you sleep with
lay down?
Your duvet is around? I have to make sure my feet are completely tucked in, no outsies.
I leave them out just in case somebody breaks in.
Do you?
Rub them.
Oh, I'm in like a cocoon.
That's smart.
Rub them up.
Rub those corns.
These dogs are barking.
If I'm hot, I because I sleep on the left side.
I'll
have my
leg
left.
out.
Yeah, I'll have my left leg out and kind of wrap it around the blanket. I'm half in, half out.
But see, I always put my feet still under, even if my leg's out.
You wear socks.
So
to bed?
he's got after he puts the duvet up, folds it up.
Yeah.
There's your patoots out.
Oh God.
He's got a whole thing of coconut oil, and now he's lubed up his hands.
You know-
and just starts.
You know when you see like movies and there's like burglars and they're doing like the cartoon kind of sneaky thing and they run into like a barrier or an obstacle of some sort and they're like, oh, what if this guy pulls up the duvet and there's socks and he's like, oh, socks. Oh, socks. I've got to decode the sock.
Abort.
The Pink Panther.
The security's too tight in here. I already came in through the window. I can't bust into this vault of wool socks.
I mean, it's kick to the face. It's 911 is
Would you be
called.
okay
It's
with
gun
Tim
out.
shooting him in the chest?
Yes, I would. Get out of our house. Wait,
You know-
get off my feet.
Can I be honest? Your Mark theory is kind of holding up. I looked up famous Marks with a C. Mark Jacobs. He's a foot guy for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Well dressed.
Mark Gasol, NBA player.
Okay,
for
Marc
sure.
Gasol.
French, kidding me? Get out of here. He's all about feet. Mark Anthony, we all know he
we
sucked
know.
J-Lo's toes. We know it happened. Mark Bulger, former St. Louis Ram.
He lives in town.
Yeah.
He's a foot guy
Painter.
for sure.
Foot
Sorry,
guy.
Mark. We all know you're a foot guy.
first.
Mark
Painter for
Singer,
sure.
the Beastmaster. Come on.
Oh, yes.
That guy likes feet for sure.
What about Mark Summers from Double Dare?
Oh,
That's what I
okay.
thought.
I was
That
just
is
think
what
he's a foot
prompted me
guy.
to look it up.
Is he a K or a C?
I guess he's a K.
He's
He's not
C.
showing up on the famous C list.
No.
I thought he was a C.
Maybe he's not
Mark
famous
Summers
enough.
is
I
a
don't
C.
know,
I
dude.
thought
I'm
he was
sorry.
a K.
He had obsessive compulsive disorder, and I
it
remember
is a
that
K. Okay,
60
okay.
Minutes that was on him like many years ago, where it was the rug with the fringe, and he had to like straighten out all of the fringe
Oh,
on the
yeah.
rug. Felt bad for him.
No,
I mean,
it
I
is a
also kind of
C.
understand him in a way with that. But
Mark Summers from Double Dare is a C.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
So he is a foot guy. I didn't realize that.
Or at least a painter.
Well, dude, I mean, one of the big things on Double Dare, I think, was like a giant foot. Like that picture or something,
you're
wasn't it?
right.
With the big, with
He's
the
a nose and
nasty toe
foot guy.
job.
Signs were
This
there.
Mark, by the way, was a Mark with a K.
I know
So
we're
that's,
completely we're
Yeah,
hijacking the Mark with a
K.
C.
Marks
Well,
with a
you
K
told me
are
that
all-
you thought Marks with a K were cool.
Marks with a
did.
K all have
I'm
their own
just trying
thing
to
going
back
on.
your play, homie.
This Mark with a K is not great.
he's in jail.
Good. What else you got over there?
That's it. Let's give away some stuff. All right, we're playing 3 and 5. Simple game. Moon's going to give you a category. You name 3 things in that category within 5 seconds. 2 out of 3 categories right. You win your choice of prizes: Ghost tickets, Rizz Show birthday bash tickets, Jelly Roll tickets, or Guar tickets. Remember, no ums or ahs to start your answer. And the judges here are, I believe,
Who knows anymore? Rizz.
I believe
Oh,
the
come
judges
on.
today are firm,
Well, we'll see.
What were you?
especially after that foot story.
Did you guys play Simpleton Trivia last week?
Couple times.
Oh, yeah, twice.
And okay, so I did tune in on one of the days or listen to the podcast, and what a disaster that was. Just want to say,
Speak for yourself.
with the people that called, not you guys.
It was a disaster when we played too.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that day.
That's 3 times 9, Scott, in the other room there.
Yeah.
27.
21.
21.
He said
21.
21. Missed the
Okay.
first question.
All
And
good, all good.
best part of that, 3 times 7 was a question in the one right before him. So he'd already heard it said out loud, still missed it.
It's
I'm
all right.
supposed to listen.
Hey, I lost 2. I lost 2 on the thing.
I didn't mean to
It's
bring it
all
up. I'm just saying games are fun.
Okay, we had fun. All right, let's do a practice round of 3 and 5. Moon, who first?
Let's go with Lern.
All right, Lern first. Here we go. 3 and 5.
Lern. Name 3 good qualities about me.
Handsome, good singer, funny.
Oh, thanks. I thought you were gonna say- I thought you got caught up there. I was like,
I know. I was like,
that's
hang
all
on
I
a
am.
minute. Hang on a minute.
Hey, I appreciate that.
Handsome?
Thank you.
All right, Rafe.
Funny.
Rafe,
Yeah.
name 3 good qualities about King Scott.
Great hair, great sense of humor, nicest guy on the planet.
All true.
Well, thank
Okay.
you. I'll receive
That's
that.
nice. I guess we'll do me next week.
Oh, okay, here, Moon.
No, kid, I don't want to.
Hang on, get the timer going. My
We're
God.
going to Mike. We're going to Mike. Mike
get the
in
timer going.
DeSoto. Hello, Mike.
Happy birthday, Rizz.
Thanks, Mike. Ready to play 3 and 5?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
Okay, name 3 woodwind instruments.
Flute. Nope.
I don't believe a flute
Woodwind
is a
hard.
woodwind.
What is that? A flute?
That's with a reed, right?
Isn't that
no,
wood?
No, there's no reed in a flute. The flute's
But
when you
flute was
blow past the
wrong.
hole. Sure, you can make that out of wood. I mean,
Blow in the hole.
Is a flute is not a
Is a
woodwind.
sax
He got it
a
wrong
woodwind?
anyway.
Bassoon?
Oh, that's brass.
hang on.
Oh
If
my
you're
God.
blowing in the hole, there is no wood involved.
flute-
What
We
about
all
the
know
little
that.
train
a flute
whistle?
is a woodwind instrument.
It is.
Because of the reed is wood.
Well, there's no.
But there's no reed in a flute.
I don't think. It's just a hole. It's just a little.
Yeah.
I thought a flute was brass.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought
don't
it had
know.
to have a
It's
reed.
silver.
Flutes are aerophones. Unlike woodwind instruments with
Okay,
reeds,
I
a
already
flute
hate
produces
this.
We already
sound.
have a
with its play-
discrepancy.
Okay. Name 3 famous people named Scott.
Scott Rizzuto, King Scott, and Scott Bakula.
All three of the cool
All
Scots.
right. Okay. Last one, Mike. Here we go.
Okay, name 3 games that use referees.
Soccer, football, hockey.
There you go.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Hang on, Mike.
He takes it to the full 7 seconds, don't he?
But that's how you do it.
I know. He just made me nervous.
That's how you do
Don't
it.
panic. Act cool, be cool. Good job,
John,
man.
hello.
Hello.
Hey, John. Ready to play?
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. 3 and 5.
Name 3 cities that start with the letter D as in dog.
Dover, Delaware, and Dansby.
Dansby. Dansby. I'm sure it's a town somewhere. Dansby where, John?
Dansby, Iowa.
Delaware's a state, so.
Oh, you said Delaware?
Yeah, but
There's no city of Delaware?
Dansby Swanson's
There
a
might
baseball
be.
player.
Dansby.
John,
Dansby.
why not Detroit?
Or Dallas.
Dallas, Detroit, probably
Hang
the
on a
most
second
famous of
now.
all the D cities.
We know these armchair quarterbacks. We saw how they did on
Denver.
Simpleton Trivia last
Denver.
There's no Dansby.
Denver's
anything.
good.
I am fine.
All right, John, I can't.
He just
give it
drove
to you.
away. He's so embarrassed.
Danzig.
Dansby.
Hell yeah.
And
That's
you
a
said
guy.
Delaware. Come on.
All right, it's over.
All right, here we go, John.
Okay.
Just tell him he's driving away on a motorcycle. He was
Name
under-
Name 3 things at a post office.
Stamps, letters, boxes.
Yes.
Very good.
Okay. Last one.
Tell me 3 venomous animals.
Tarantula, viper, blue saba.
Okay.
Blue Saba. What's that, dude?
Sounds
Saba.
deadly.
It's a tarantula.
How do you know so
So
much
you said
about
tarantula twice?
Well, he got more
I said
specific.
curly, then I said blue saba.
All right.
Blue Saba is a massive, gross spider that I'm
Okay,
going to
well, I'll
fear
give it to
from
you.
now on. Great.
How do you spell Saba?
Hang on.
I'm trying to find this thing.
Whew.
Blue Saba.
We're
Okay.
all learning. I do like learning. I like learning from here. Whoa, that is a crazy looking spider.
Holy crow, right? No thanks.
He could have just said scorpion.
Snake.
He said viper.
I know. He got specific.
Yeah.
He gave specific answers, which I
did.
respect.
You're confirming Blue Saba is a spider?
Yeah.
Okay, because when I look it up, there's other spiders that are about.
Mike?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey!
All right, Mike, let's play.
Okay, name 3 things Lern loves.
Movies, music, television.
Yep.
Fine. Yes.
Wonderful.
Great. Next.
Name
She's
3.
mad you didn't say her cats. I can see it in her eyes.
No, I am sad. That's been number 1, man.
Name 3 shows or movies
Sorry,
about. Yep. Name 3 shows or movies about sports.
Any Given Sunday, The Waterboy.
Okay. Final one.
Name 3 things in a classroom.
Books, teacher, students.
Yep.
There you go.
All right.
Very good.
Hang on. Very good indeed. Okay, let's go to Tori in Belleville. Hello, Tori.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tori. Here we go.
Name 3 things that you use on a boat.
An oar, a life jacket, and a horn.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, next.
Never leave home without your boat horn. Name 3 black and white movies.
Oh,
That's a
Gone
tough
with
one.
the Wind.
It's okay.
I don't think I would have gotten that either. Even though we had it last week.
I like that one.
Yeah. Let's do your homework, guys, for next week, because I'm sure that's going to come up again. Next. Final one.
Name 3 things that are gold.
Necklace, earring, rings.
Okay.
Necklace, earring, rings. Fine. Done. William. Hello, William. Jeez.
What's going on, guys?
Hey,
Happy birthday,
William.
Rizz.
Next, buddy. Let's play 3 and 5. Here we
Name 3 Indiana Jones movies.
Indiana Jones 1, Indiana Jones 2, and Indiana Jones 3.
Now, I was wondering if this was going to happen, and my eyes were on the judges.
I mean, that's fine, right?
Is it fine?
Indiana Jones movies? Like, oh, did you want specific, like,
I mean,
subtitles?
go. Is it even called Indiana Jones?
No.
It's Raiders of the Lost Ark,
That's right.
Temple of Doom,
That's right.
Last Crusade.
Those are 3.
then I
But
guess
is it
this
Indiana Jones and the...
It's Indiana Jones, title. I don't think there's no
me look.
Indiana. There's no movie called
Rafe,
Indiana Jones.
What's your thoughts?
Man.
You got
I love, I mean, I don't know. I think that the Indiana Jones franchise is by title, but I'm giving him, because he had the confidence to say it, I'll give it to him.
But you know what?
Rafe says yes.
You didn't ask him to specify.
Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones and the
But there's no
Last
numbers
Crusade.
after any of them.
Right.
It's not 1, 2, and 3.
It's not Rocky. I don't like it.
She says no. Scott, final, leaving it up to you. Oh, Scott's on the phone.
Be a
Scott
judge.
doesn't know.
Be a judge, guys. You got to be a judge.
I am being a judge. I'm saying no.
This is where the difficult. It's not. It's a
I'm
hard
going to
job.
say no. Overruled. No. Next.
Even
Next.
even the caller is like, nope,
Overruled.
failed.
Next.
Okay, let's see. Name 3 types of sandwiches.
Bologna sandwich, ham sandwich, and turkey sandwich.
Yeah,
That works
baby.
for me.
Yeah, baby.
Works for me. Final one.
Name 3 teams in Major League Baseball.
Dodgers, Yankees, and Cardinals.
Yeah.
Boom. Coast to coast.
All right, one final one. Bobby. Hello, Bobby.
Hey, what's up? Happy birthday, Rizz.
What's up,
Bobby.
man?
All right, let's play.
Okay, name 3 states with the letter M as in mom in the name.
Michigan, Montana, and Maine.
Very good.
Wow, didn't even need Missouri.
This guy.
He's showing off now.
Next.
Name 3 movies in theaters right now.
Barbie.
Oppenheimer.
He's got the only one that
I
matters.
just didn't know the name.
Ninja Turtles. Okay, one final one, Bobby.
Yeah,
Come
that's
on.
the question.
Okay.
He goes, I didn't know the name. Yeah.
Name 3 places to see bears.
Woods, Missouri.
Oh, man. What
zoo!
the zoo?
Zoo.
What about the zoo?
Or any other state.
Yeah, we probably wouldn't have questioned it.
All right.
Oh, what a disaster.
Yeah, some people are right. Some people are great disappointments.
Yeah, it was a good round.
Yeah.
It was a good round.
All right. Judges, great disappointment.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Take a break. Come back with Sex Time Fun Facts and the sex toy of the week.
There was a Indiana Jones marathon going on TV this weekend, and man, they're all great. There's an order for sure, but man, they're all so
They're
good.
all good.
And dude, you know what? I forgot that like those are like kids movies, right? We kind of see them as like
Yeah.
family movies. They're pretty darn gory, dude. Those old
Well, Temple of Doom,
Those old
for
ones
sure.
are pretty darn gory.
Hey, Lern, do you know about the Instagram thing? Have you heard of this?
Like being on it or
No, as far as Sex Time Fun Facts and relationships, the Instagram thing.
no.
Is the Instagram thing real? We're going to chop it up next.
I
never
can't wait
even
to
heard of
find
this.
out what it
It's
is.
so stupid.
Oh, is this a curse or a like
yes.
a positive thing?
Some TikTokers racked up over 7 million views with her video explaining the Instagram thing. We're going to get your thoughts next.
We're all hotter on Instagram because that is damn true.
While we were off, did you see the video that came out of the 7-Eleven of the guy trying to steal the cigarettes and what happened?
I don't think so.
No,
Oh,
Man,
boy.
did you see that, Rafe?
I didn't.
Trying to steal cigarettes.
Okay.
out of
Did you
a
see this
3-
video, Scott?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it was all over the internet over the weekend. So a guy walks into a 7-Eleven rolling a garbage can, like
Okay.
one of those big industrial-sized garbage cans.
Right.
Okay. And he goes behind the counter and just starts putting cigarettes in them.
Right.
Just literally stealing, taking them off the shelf.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And just putting them in the garbage can. And the owners of the 7-Eleven, that particular franchise, not having it. So the guy gets from behind the counter, still wheeling his garbage can full of thousands of dollars worth of cigarettes.
Right.
And there's a guy waiting for him, another employee, and they just whip the crap out of his legs.
Wow.
Oh, I can't believe you haven't seen this.
No, man.
I need to see it.
Oh, man. It was oddly satisfying to watch. That's another customer filming.
Okay.
Another customer is filming, saying, just let him go. Insurance is going to take care of it.
Yes.
Because, of course, that's how insurance works. Just take anything, destroy anything, and insurance is going to cover it.
No big deal.
No big
Yeah,
deal.
you're
Premiums are not
more
going to go up.
expensive.
Yeah, it's fine.
And nothing you can do, man, until police come in. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
whipping his legs.
Wow.
With
Now-
a belt.
With a stick.
Remember, most of these places, they'll fire you for that.
Oh, no,
Whoop
I think
his
this is the
ass.
owner of this particular
That's what it
franchise.
says.
Oh, okay. I forgot. Yeah, franchise stuff. But
So it's a franchise.
I'm assuming corporate's going to go, hey, man, we got to send this email from our lawyer.
So
that
far,
says you can't be
the
doing this."
reaction has been pretty positive.
Yeah, of course it is from public. But you know, my buddy was a manager at a place that sold staples and things.
Yeah.
Oh.
And this dude was like double something or other black belt, like he'll kill people. And he chased after a dude in the parking lot. And man, he either got fired or something because it's a policy. You can't chase when somebody's robbing.
Yeah.
When
We
somebody's
got the
stealing
video up in
staplers.
the. We got the video up in the office here. Hey, I mean, he's got a rolling.
Yeah, and he didn't
rolling
even take the
garbage
bag
can.
out. He's got the bag in there.
I mean, he spends about 3 or 4 minutes just taking everything from behind the counter, just cigarettes, and then somebody's waiting for him when he gets from behind the
Oh
counter,
my
and the guy
gosh.
just whips his legs.
Yeah, he's just beating him with what kind of stick is that? I mean, is that a broomstick?
I don't know, but
That's a
just
broom.
Wow,
Oh, that's a big
man.
old broom handle.
Yeah.
just whipping his legs though, whipping his legs, not his torso,
Yeah.
just his legs.
I mean, that you'll recover from that
Yeah, you'll be
eventually,
fine.
and
Wow.
you'll wait there till the police.
And I
get
was
there,
counting,
so.
and it was between 7 and 11 hits. So technically,
On brand.
that's very on brand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take a breath. 6, 7. Now
Made
take a
his
breath.
mark. Take a break.
And I
Let's
got-
hit somewhere.
got
8. 9. Yeah, right in the wheelhouse. 7-Eleven, baby.
He's whipping his legs. Well, listen, I'm sure you've all seen online. There's been a rash of people just walking into stores and just
Yeah.
rolling out.
It's a problem.
I like insurance is going to take care of it. Okay, that's how that works. This is somebody's livelihood.
Right.
I took thousands of dollars worth of cigarettes. Not today.
I mean, I'm into putting cigarettes into trash cans, like very much so. I just hate them so much, but that's not the right way.
Well, I remember people getting pulled like into the back area of like a Walmart or some as a kid because they like stole a lollipop.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a kid. They'd grab a kid and
Yeah.
be like, well, call your mom. And then their parents have to. Now,
Now you got to grab these guys and go, call your kids.
yeah.
Get your kids
That was
up
like a
there.
guy walking out of a hardware store with 2 Husqvarna chainsaws, and they're just like, let him go. Let him go. We don't need the trouble. It's like so litigious now. Like, I don't even know what's the point of having security or like, because they have the ones that are like fake shoppers too that'll like kind of follow people around. Is that even a thing anymore? Like, if you can't
loss
do it?
prevention.
Yeah, loss prevention. There you go. Like, what is that? How are you preventing it?
Yeah, there's all these videos of especially high-end stores. There's people rolling in, grabbing what they want, rolling out.
See the video of the 2 old guys in like the, I don't know if they were drunk or what, but they went into like a golf store, like a country club, and he was like putting putters down the front of his, like a pro shop. Yeah, and he was like, that one guy was trying to distract him, and the other guy was like trying to shove like putters and clubs down the front of his pants, and like walking out all stiff-legged like the little rascals. Like they weren't going to get caught.
Yeah, look at these idiots.
Yeah.
Oh, so old
It just looks like 2 old dudes who are like,
Having
hey,
fun?
come on.
The dude that has like an 8-year-old smile on his face.
Yeah.
Like,
Old dudes,
he's
both
having
wearing
a good
sweaters.
day. Yeah, get this one. Get this
Watch
Titleist.
These guys clearly had too many beers, and they already played 18 holes. They're like, guess what? I'm getting that
Steal a
putter.
Oh, look at this one, Jim.
Oh,
Look at
just
this one.
set that
I'm
over
going
there.
to lean it up against this shirt, and then you come over here and.
I don't know. I found the guy getting his legs whipped.
Funny.
I enjoyed it. I don't know.
Well,
Watch this.
Call me a sadist.
Watch this guy putting 2 putters down, down his trousers.
that'll work.
Is he wearing shorts?
No, he's got pants on.
Nah, man.
Oh,
Look at it. Look at him trying to.
That's somebody's grandpa.
Yeah, it is.
You know what? That is such a thing, though. I think like older people feel like they're invisible sometimes, and they can like get away with stuff.
Nobody sees me.
Does not
That
fit,
With the
is
straight
awesome.
leg, like
does
he's got,
not fit the profile of somebody that would
limping
steal
out of
2
the pro
putters from a
shop.
pro shop.
Yeah, like
Jeez.
he's got no knee anymore.
Yep.
Wow.
All right, let's figure out what this Instagram thing is. Sex Time Fun Facts sponsored by.
Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet.
So a TikToker has racked up over 7 million views with her video explaining the, quote, Instagram thing.
Okay.
So it's when you're in a relationship and that somebody you're in a relationship with refuses to show evidence online that you're dating.
Oh, yeah.
This is something I think it's silly. Maybe I've aged out of what is important to some people. And
right. Wait a minute. So this is when we're on social media. It's not just Instagram. And you don't want to post pictures of me? Like if
I feel like Instagram's probably more prominent because it's photo-based.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know how to prove you have a partner on Twitter.
So I guess you do maintain an Instagram profile.
Yeah.
But all the pictures you post, nothing is of us.
Well, there's a lot of thirst trappers out there making, that's their following, and it's like that's something you got to get over. Like they have to present themselves as single.
Listen, here she is explaining it. I know you're shaking your head. It's very silly.
I have something to say, though, after this.
Okay, here.
This is a PSA for everyone in a happy relationship right now. The Instagram thing is real. I just got out of a 2-year relationship. He always told me not to worry about Instagram. He doesn't go on it much, so that's why he's never posted me. You don't want to be high maintenance. You forget about it for 2 years. And I don't even think I was in his stories. And if I wasn't like the main character of the story. So basically, I'm here to validate you to overreact if he's not posting you on his Instagram.
Okay, I'm going to take a weird stance on this.
Why are you overreacting? Because this gal said that I could.
Something that you don't think I would say is, I guess it's not important to me and it's important to her.
Right.
So
it's wild that you're saying that it would be possibly an unfavorable take to say that your Instagram and what you're putting out there is your choice?
No, what I'm saying is that people who are probably my age, or and even maybe in their, let's say in their 40s, thinks that that's probably the silliest thing you could hear. Like, oh, he didn't put you on his Instagram, and that's why you're breaking up. That's a thing. I guess that's a priority to her.
Well, I'm looking at all of our Instagrams right now. And so, like, Moon, if I go to you, I mean, you got a lot of you in your Instagram, promoting your different things. Rafe, you got a lot of you as well, but your latest post is with you and Tina. My latest post, let me go to King Scott. King Scott, let's see if you got your lady. Oh, yeah, you got a picture with your wife. Like,
Go to mine.
And then the Rizz Show account. Rizz Show account is a lot of us.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Go to my wife's. She have my wife's Instagram.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let's
See if there's anything.
Hers.
Both of us.
She's got a lot of her with the kids, with the pups. Her last post with you, it's been a while. Looks like it was 2020 New Year's Eve.
I guess we're breaking up.
And if you go to Tina's, you won't see a lot of me on there.
Yeah, well, this is different though, because this is show business. And,
it is,
and you know what I mean. And
depends on what you use it for.
And the majority of the people we know are in show business. I can say that if I wasn't in show business, it would probably be different. And even so, and I'm weird because, no offense to. Well, actually, you know what? Offense to the creepers. We've all experienced plenty of creepers, like super creepers, and we have to protect our families from that.
Yeah, and also so my latest post was with Tim and I over the weekend. We looked nice. We were going out to dinner at the lake, and I posted a picture of him, and a lot of people were confused. People are going, "Is that your stepdad? Is this Tim?"
Right.
And so I'm going, "What's going on?" And I guess because Tim looks a little older than me in this photo, I don't really know.
They're just playing.
I don't know, man. So
no way.
But I post, I used to do a thing.
He had that polo buttoned up too high.
Yeah, unbutton it. No, I used to do a thing which was probably annoying to some, but I loved it, called Tim Crush Tuesday, where I did a little story, posts. And I still do it from time to time.
I love those because sometimes you show like a couple years ago when he had long hair and like some other things. I love those posts.
Just back to this, kind of circling back to the Instagram thing. My priorities are different from this girl's.
Sure.
Right. Everybody.
Our priorities are different from what a 20-year-old's priorities are.
If I wasn't in the public eye and wasn't in showbiz the last couple decades, I probably would feel a little bit differently. But it depends on how you go into the relationship. If you go into the relationship and you know that this person is trying to make a business with it and selling lip gloss or something else, or you know what I mean, and then
take that away from it. Let's just focus on her.
But she's not focusing on case by case. She's saying, here's the rule. and this is how it should be for everybody.
The real reason is because, they want their whole network of people to think that they're single.
Yeah.
And they want to keep their options open.
Sometimes, sure.
I guess so.
I mean, if it's like
That's
a
the Instagram thing.
Instagram account and the dude is like got 400 followers and it's all pictures of him, like clear, like on dates you've been on, but it's just him in front of a Ferris wheel, and like, yeah, maybe like you need to take some stock on what's going on. He's like, hey, did you go outside and just take a picture of yourself in front of the restaurant? I was like, huh? Oh yeah, I thought you were in the bathroom. Like, okay, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, if the caption's like, "Hey, ladies, I'm going to the carnival this Saturday."
Like, oh, dinner for one. Hey, why does it say dinner for one and you're making a frowny face? I just thought it was funny, like.
Yeah, come on, man.
Why does your story say "Where the ladies at"?
All right, so that's the Instagram thing.
Okay.
Now, if I ask you what ghostlighting is, I don't know if we've talked about this before. Ghostlighting.
No.
Ghostlighting.
So ghosting, you don't
Ghostlighting.
answer anymore. Ghostlighting, once you get called out for ghosting, you tell that person that you weren't ghosting, like gaslighting.
That's a very good guess.
It's a mashup of two. It's a mashup of ghosting and gaslighting.
Okay.
Which is what you just said.
Okay, good.
You're
so
being-
got it right.
So hip.
You're currently being gaslit.
But wait. Walk me through it. How's this work?
Okay, here we go.
Here,
Learn. Go ahead.
Okay.
Explain.
you and I, we're
Yeah.
dating. We went on a couple of dates.
Yeah, things are going well. I'm stoked.
You're stoked. Guess what? I didn't like it. I'm ghosting you.
That don't
Okay.
make no damn sense.
Couple
first of
days
all.
go by.
I'd like to talk about this.
You hit me up. You go, why are you ghosting me?
Uh-huh.
And then I'm like, I'm not ghosting you, and I'm ghostlighting you.
And then
and
I'm
then
in
you
her
make it my
inbox.
fault?
Yes.
Oh, God, you're bringing flashbacks.
Correct. That is correct.
You're going to tell me this is my fault? Tell me enough times, I'll believe it.
So it's when you disappear, get called out for it, and then try to claim I wasn't ghosting. I'm just
Right.
busy.
Total, just the psychology behind this, like the ghosting and the ghostlighting, is very interesting.
People have been using this term since 2017, but now it's going mainstream. And it's not always just a dating thing. It's something friends do too. Like instead of telling a friend you just don't want to hang out anymore, you ghost them, and then they realize that you're ghosting them, call you out, and claim man, work's been nuts. Work's been nuts.
Maybe it has. I mean, that's a legitimate excuse.
The meanest thing you could do, they say, the meanest version of this is when you act oblivious and make them feel crazy for caring so much. Like, wow, you must have no life.
That's it. That's the
That
gaslighting,
sucks.
the ghostlighting. Is when you make somebody, when you try to turn it on somebody and make them seem like a crazy person for feeling as they should feel.
Caveat, some of you are crazy.
Yes.
Caveat, some people require so much attention that it's unhealthy. And you'll get I've had people, I call them the scorekeepers. I have friends who are scorekeepers that'll just be like, well, you didn't text me back. I texted you Friday, you didn't text me back till Sunday. And I'm like, yeah, man, I'm sorry, I was in the middle. And then it's like, well, but then I'll look at texts from me to them, and I'm like, well, there are several of these that go the other way, and I've never been upset. I have texts you never responded to in our thread, and I just assume we're both busy. I have guy friends that do this and girlfriends that do this.
Yeah,
and I'm like, some of you are, it's not gaslighting. You're being a little clingy or you're being a little needy.
That is anxiety attachment.
Okay.
The scorekeeping?
Yeah. Like, and I'm prone to this. I actually did it to Moon when I started on the show. I was like, you never texted back. Like, I wasn't. but let me say this: I wasn't used to your
Well, he is a
texting
ghost.
momentum.
My texting momentum.
Like, you don't text.
Yeah, he's a
back.
Patrick Swayze
and I
of
just
texters.
have to understand that. And now I do.
I just have a wild schedule, and I.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Ghostlighting.
It's your
Here it
fault.
is.
Yeah,
It's your
ghostlight.
fault.
You don't have to ghostlight me.
There it
It's all
is.
good, man. It's all good.
God dang, this scorekeeping's killing me. Yeah, I lose. I lose every one of those games.
Well-
Anytime somebody's upset, it's my fault.
Everybody's got a thing, though. And I sent my sister this thing over the weekend because it was about anxiety attachment disorder or whatever the hell it's called, TikTok. And it's me. Like, if somebody
What
doesn't
is that?
respond back, like, because I go into thinking I can read brains or something. Like, I think I've done something. If people ghost me, like, I haven't talked to my sister in a month on the phone. I'm like, are you mad at me? Like, I had to text her that.
No, right.
And she goes, no, I've just been busy. It took her 2 days to respond to
You know
that.
what? Maybe she's just busy.
But I let her say that, but I didn't know until I asked.
Dude, the legitimate gripe that I hear that I still don't know how to handle, because it happens all the time, is when like a lengthy conversation is happening. Okay, let's say like it's with this, and it's just an active conversation. It's not a text and then text back in a few minutes. It's like happening with the dots. You know what I'm saying? And while that's happening, chances are, and I'm not saying this to be like, I'm the busiest guy ever. I'm just saying chances are at some point in a lengthy text conversation, I got to get up and I have to go do something.
Right.
Whether a child needs me or this or that or I'm something else. And a lot of times people will have issues with that because we are engaged in a conversation. But I have to respond and go, but there was no meeting. We didn't have a meeting time for this conversation. We were having it. It was lovely. But at some point, I had to go take care of something.
Hey, thanks for squeezing me in.
Now, it's not about that. See, and that's the snarkiness that comes my way.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for squeezing me in.
And I understand. I understand how it abruptly, like, I can just disappear. But I'm not just disappearing because I'm like, you know what? I don't want to have this conversation anymore. I got to go do something.
It's your texting moment, and I give you grace with that.
Okay, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm not calling you out to
say sometimes I don't want to have this conversation.
I would love to be followed.
Yeah.
I would love to be followed for a day with a camera, so people can just go, oh, you know what? Now I understand.
Listen, guys. Sometimes you just need to relax. We just need to relax. Maybe some alone time. Maybe with one-on-one with a partner.
Oh.
If we could all just maybe get a pair of these, we'd all be much happier.
Ooh.
Oh. There we go.
Am I right, Rafe?
Are you ever, bud? I'll tell you what, you won't be worried about your inbox when your nips are getting tweaked by this week's sex toy of the week. You're going to have bigger fish to fry. This week's STOTW, is that right? Huh?
Yeah.
Black Japanese nipple clamps. $17.95 on extremerestraints.com. Hell of a deal. With 4.7 star overall rating and 144 reviews. These stylish black Japanese nipple clamps attach easily to your partner's nipples or other parts for the kind of sensation play that is only limited by their thresholds. Gone are the toys that just aren't enough. These clamps get tighter and tighter the harder you pull on that 12-inch chain. Simply squeeze the edges of each clamp and attach it to your partner's nipple, tongue, lady parts, or wherever your devious mind leads you. You can pull all you want. They ain't coming off easy. Each clamp measures 3.5 inches in length and 1.5 inches in diameter. Then I'm going to paint a picture for you. Imagine,
all right,
if you will. He's got me tied up in intricate Japanese rope bondage, my boobs bulging out and making me look like a blow-up doll, just as he desires. He says, "You're a pretty little toy, but I have something to make you even prettier." I can hear the chain clinking before I can see it. He dangles the Japanese nipple clamps in front of my face like a hypnotist with a pendulum. But he's already got me under his control. Ooh. I sigh deeply as he applies each of the clamps, willingly submitting to his sadism. The heavy chain weighs on my sensitive little nips. And I look at him pleadingly. He says, "I know what you want, love. I can read your mind." He pulls on the chain and the clamps tighten on my little buds tighter and tighter as he pulls harder and harder. And just when I think I've had enough, he stops and says, "Babe, I can read your body too."
Oh, okay.
Hey, can I just pause everybody for a second? There's like a tour happening right outside our door where the speaker to this show is.
Oh, hey out there.
Like kids doing this off our show.
On a Monday.
They're trying to pay attention to the guy.
Move along.
Yeah, I just had someone open my door, too.
Oh, nice.
Guy's
who it
dressed
was,
in all
some random
khaki,
person.
too. He looks like one of them animal trainers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, here you go, kids. Here's some reviews for you. This is a very extensive, very thorough review. Review number 1. The clamps are well made and work well. They have a strong closing force to start, and the harder you pull, the tighter the clamping pressure. His hands are held behind his back in arm binders or to a thigh cuff restraint to ensure no interference. A snug-fitting black leather blindfold ensures that he has no visual input. I clamp them on to my sub's nipples in a vertical orientation with the chain hanging straight down. A weight attached to the center of the chain. I use partially filled water balloon for the weight. The amount of water changes the weight based on his behavior and his sassy little attitude. A rubber band is fastened to the chain. On the other end is inserted into his mouth to support the weight.
Oh,
when
my
he
God,
speaks
this is a nightmare.
or whines, the weight drops and quickly reminds him to only open his mouth when I command it. Sometimes he'll act defiant on purpose and let the weight drop. I generally leave the weight hanging for a short period, and he will have a smug little look on his face, almost saying, "Is that all you got?" So I lift the weight, and I replace the rubber band in his mouth, telling him not to release the band unless I direct him to. I watch to see what happens. He again lets the weight fall, and now he's smiling, mocking me. He'll see. His behavior has consequences. Additional weight is added, a much heavier second balloon. The clamps are repositioned in a steep vertical angle, which will rotate and twist his nipples as the weight falls.
This is horrible. I was into this.
He is aware that changes are being made, but the blindfold is in place, and he can't tell what's being changed. A shorter band is used to hold the weight higher, which will allow for a longer, harder fall. It is replaced in his mouth, and he's aware of the heavier weight. After a short wait, he again allows the weight to drop. The clamps tighten more. They do not slip off from the additional weight. As the weight falls, a strong, hard twist is applied to his tits.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, can't say that word.
I leave them in the down... Dump it out. I leave them in the down position. We missed one in the edit.
Yes, we did.
My apologies. I leave them in the down position until a lesson is learned. Usually it doesn't take too long. The smile is gone. In another scenario, they are clamped to either side of his tongue and the weight attached is above. They're a good drooling stimulant and nice to apply to stretch his tongue. He's not able to speak, only to make garbled sounds. They actually function as a silencing gag when applied this way. You're welcome. With the clamps on either side of his tongue, there's plenty of room for whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to do.
The clamps are released suddenly at the end of the session, and the sub experiences another intense sensation. Anyways, got a little off track here. Great craftsmanship, 5 stars.
Okay.
Will. That was great.
Very descriptive.
Yes, it was a very thorough review.
Jeez.
Now I have 2 more short ones.
It seems like something that'd be good to attach to your wallet to.
Yeah. As a straight white male, I love to use this on my unusually large black man nips. And they don't slide off when one of my multiple inner demons pull on them. 10 out of 10. Would buy again. Thank you. 5 stars, Chase and friends. Whatever that means. Who knows? And finally, that's 2 5-star reviews. I try to be fair in my assessment, so here's your 1 star. Yo! Do not buy these. Japanese nipple clamps nearly tore my nips clean off. 1 star, Tyler.
All right.
Whoa. 1 star,
That's
Tyler.
not like. Okay.
Tyler, not a fan.
The Japanese nipple clamps.
4.7 overall is pretty good.
The sex toy of the week. Thank you, Rafe. Very thorough description. Put a capper on this week's Sex Time Fun Facts. We'll take a break, shower up, have the tour roll through. And,
They're still out there.
They're still out there.
Sports next. 9:09. Just a couple sports extra stories, and then we'll get to our regular sports report. So 57 swimmers fall sick and get diarrhea at World Triathlon Championship in England.
Oh,
lucky.
No.
Yeah, so what happened was, I guess they were swimming in raw sewage. And
What?
Wow.
For funsies?
Yeah.
There's
No.
swimming poo?
This was the World Triathlon Championship. So the UK Health Security Agency said they would be testing samples from those who got sick to establish the cause of their illness. So what's triathlon? It's running, it's swimming, it's biking.
Yes.
So an environmental agency sampled water from the beach, I guess a couple weeks prior to the event, and didn't have the results back in time for the event, so they just went along with it anyway.
I like it.
Wow.
No. Dude,
We'll be fine.
you know what?
first,
And
ask questions
that's the
later.
same crud that happened to our buddies. I know this pair of twins. They're in a band called Medina Lake, and they were on Fear Factor.
Oh yeah. This is
the
a
twins
story.
edition, and they did one of the. God, dude, it's hard not to gag when I'm even thinking about this. They did one of the nastiest, one of those eat challenges. Oh God, where they had to swim across like this, just rotting irrigation ditch with rotting cattle corpses, and then they had to tear rotten flesh off of the jawbone of the thing, chew it up, and then swim across and spit it in a cup. And they said oh yeah, we have all of our stuntmen test all this stuff, and they haven't gotten
Yeah, you're
sick,
good.
so
Don't
you'll
worry.
be fine.
Just sign this waiver in case you do get sick.
Yep.
You can't sue us.
And then both of them, the other contestants, and all the stuntmen were all in the hospital together for weeks. It was bad.
Yeah, and
news.
this, by the way, was like a qualifying event for the Olympics. Like, this is one of the Olympic qualifying events.
Gosh.
So 57 people got really bad diarrhea.
Because the testing hadn't been done. They said,
No, the testing had been done.
But
just waiting to get the results
That's
back.
what I'm saying. The result. We haven't got the results yet. But you know what? I'm feeling good.
Yeah, you're
Let's
good.
all cross our fingers and go
It smells
swimming.
fine. Oh. Smells fine.
You know, it's amazing. Like that happens, but then like I went to a pool the other day, like in Kirkwood. There were kids putting the water in their mouth and swishing it around. And I was at the lake, and my nephew had lake water in his mouth. They'll be fine. They won't get sick at all.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that Ozarks water's,
Oh man.
Lord knows. I know someone said it's to clean in one of the cleanest lakes, but man, my heart doesn't feel that.
We actually looked up.
Science
My
can tell me
spidey sense is
whatever,
tingling.
dude, but my heart don't feel that way.
We looked up urine content in Lake of the Ozarks water and tried to figure out like where the ratio of urine to lake water is, and apparently our urine is so dense it sinks, so all the urine is at the bottom of the lake.
I heard Lake of the Ozarks is 75% urine.
Yeah. You wouldn't be far off.
I don't know why, but it don't bother me. The rivers and lakes and stuff I'm swimming in, I don't think about it at all.
Okay.
I realize it don't bother me at all.
Yeah, rivers, it definitely doesn't bother me. Some lakes, little, you have to think twice about it, I think. But like Lake Michigan, you're fine.
You saw what went on in Party Cove.
Yeah, see, I've never been there.
Yeah, that's
Not be
Pea
fine with
Cove.
that. You would not be
Let me
sticking your
tell
head
you.
under the water.
Potty
Yeah, I've
Cove.
never
It
been
gets
there.
nasty.
That's for inflatables for sure.
So we're waiting, awaiting the results of the other independent testing for this body work.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, hey, good luck to everybody.
Well, until the
Hope
results come back, let's just keep swimming.
Hope your diarrhea goes away.
Keep swimming.
Now, I know what I would look like if I got to compete in the Olympics. Have you seen the slowest sprinter ever video yet?
No.
Have you seen this?
Yeah, I saw this. It's
Okay.
pretty awesome.
It's the slowest sprinter ever. Okay, something called the World University Games are going on right now in China.
Okay.
They're kind of like the Olympics, but for college athletes. So last Monday, there was a woman's 100-meter race. And the footage is all over social media because one of the runners was not up to snuff, let's just say.
Okay.
She's not a trained athlete. She's just a normal person. Her name is Nasko Akbar Ali. She's from Somalia. And it turns out she should not have been there at all. Someone pulled strings to get her in, and it showed. She ran the race, so 100 meters. She ran the race in just under 22 seconds, about half as fast as everyone else. The winner ran it in 11 seconds. And second to last finished 8 seconds out of her. So after the video went viral, Somalia suspended the woman who heads their athletics program. She was the one who put her in the race. Turns out the runner might be her niece.
Oh. Little nepotism happening? Okay.
Yeah, it is. This woman clearly should not be in the race.
Sorry for going viral, though, and blowing up the sport in the right way. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's somebody ant.
We got to post that. We got to post that. It's amazing.
You know what's always amazing?
It's amazing.
You know what's amazing about watching slow runners? Is it's hard to fathom how hard they're working
Look at her go.
for the little payoff, for the little reward.
She's like not
The
even
little
running
skip at the
to
end?
the finish line. She kind of just slopped it.
Yeah.
You know?
This is as if I was in the race.
Mark, get set.
What? Look how fast she's behind.
Can we do a foot race?
It's
for
over. Stop.
These Olympics.
Man.
Amazing, right?
That was over in like 2 seconds. She's 50 feet behind.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is
I did
somebody
not
who's
expect it to be that.
Oh, yeah. They say it's the
noticeable.
slowest sprinter ever.
I'm going to see.
so awesome.
See how many steps. By the time she takes 2 steps,
Oh, everybody's
buried, dude.
Yeah.
here he goes. By the time she takes 2 steps, everybody
Race
else.
starts.
Race is almost over.
Watch the corner.
Everybody else. These people are 6th body lengths ahead of her. Oh
not
my
even
gosh!
trying.
Look at that. She's 2 steps in.
Let it play for one more second and watch the separation. Stop. Now look at it.
Yeah.
It's so blatantly obvious.
They're at 10 yards, they've already doubled her.
Yeah, like less than a second in.
One more thing. So the Olympics would never hire Lance Armstrong as a spokesperson, right?
Nope.
But he might be able to score a deal with this new Olympics alternative that's totally cool with doping.
Okay.
An Australian businessman
Dope
named Aaron
Olympics?
D'Souza has been developing the, quote, enhanced games. That's what it's called, the enhanced games.
We talked about this years ago. Remember this?
No drug testing.
We were like, yo, we need a well, you can't call it XFL now, but we need a DFL. I want a drug football league. I mean, if they're going to dope anyway and all that kind of stuff, like, hey, let's just separate them, and that way nobody dopes over here, everybody dopes over here. It's called the Super League.
Doping is encouraged. They're hoping to obliterate all the world records by unlocking human potential, and it doesn't sound like anything's off limits.
Wow.
You don't have to juice, though. Aaron says, we want natural and enhanced athletes. I hope that the bold natural athlete shows up and says, hey, guys, I'm natural, and I want to beat all you guys. It's going to be great TV.
So they're just not testing. They're not encouraging it, but they're...
Oh, no, they're encouraging, too. The enhanced games will supposedly launch with a showcase event next December, with the full games debuting in 2025. No host city has been named yet. Fingers crossed for Festus. Unlike the Olympics, they hope to make this an annual event. 5 categories: track and field, swimming, weightlifting, gymnastics, and combat sports. There's another difference between this and the Olympics, too. Enhanced game athletes will be paid. There aren't any specific numbers, just that there's going to be salaries and large cash prizes for breaking a world record. And this guy says, we're giving elite athletes the choice between a life of poverty and obscurity, competing in the Olympics, or financial well-being and the right to build their brand at the enhanced games.
Wow. Yeah, so they're not encouraging illegal drugs, and we're not encouraging illegal drugs. But a lot of the stuff that is legal for people to take, you can't take in the rules of these particular leagues.
Is this guy's name Bud Selig?
By the way, this is a direct reaction to the Olympic drug rules. So the Olympics would say that their rules are in place to promote health, safety, and fairness, but Aaron claims the Olympics are outright corrupt. Enhanced athletes will also be offered cardiac screenings at no cost before the games to make sure they're not in any serious danger. I love it. I will watch the crap out of this. Give them all the drugs.
Yeah.
Illegal, legal. Give them. I want to see the cocaine 100-meter races.
Me too.
We're all.
I want to see the
9
meth,
lanes are on coke.
The meth combat sport.
Yeah, there's swag
Zoom
bags.
in on the faces.
Bro, you ever? My crackhead neighbor was, man, he was training for it this morning.
Time out though. You do know
he was sweeping the alley at 4 a.m. when I left my house, and I go, what is this guy doing? Crackhead's work is never done.
You know the issue that's going to destroy this whole thing, though, right? Remember, every single time, what do we talk about every single time they're talking about the Olympics? As soon as all the athletes that aren't doping or supposedly aren't doping
beat the records?
No, when they're all together in the hotels and all that, and the Olympic rings and the Olympic campuses and all that, they're all going crazy. They're banging each other. They're doing all kinds of stuff. Imagine if they're all getting dope at the counter. Right. Like, they give you cookies at the Comfort Suites or whatever. Now, who knows what they're giving you at the at whatever this is going to be called.
The enhanced games.
Yeah, they're going to go wild. Half of them aren't going to show up. They got a race next day. Go to bed.
Yeah.
I can't.
I love it.
I can't sleep. They're giving me everything.
I love it. All right, here's sports. All right, Moon, what do you got?
All righty, sports presented by DraftKings at Casino Queen. Now hiring, by the way. Visit DraftKings at CasinoQueen.com. They have a careers page there. Zach Thompson had his best outing in the major leagues, even said to be, quote, impressive and, quote, probably the best we've seen him, from manager Ollie Marmol. But he still got the loss yesterday as the Colorado Rockies held the Cardinals' offense to a 1-0 shutout. The Cardinals lost the series at home to the Rockies for the first time since they were swept in a 4-game set in June of 2009. Even with the loss, the story is about Zach Thompson. He had been struggling in the minors, but his 8 strikeouts yesterday were his most in a game in the majors and only one shy of his single-game high in the minors. So great job, Thompson.
Heck yeah.
Cardinals play again tomorrow in Tampa Bay at 5:40. For 27 agonizing seconds at the Melbourne Rectangular Stadium, the U.S. women's national team goalie was a World Cup hero, and then the American dreams were dashed. She palmed away a penalty, then lunged to scrape it off the goal line, and for 27 seconds, she wagged her finger and grabbed that precious ball and said no to the referees and to the player that took the penalty kick, saying that it hadn't fully crossed the line, and it didn't look like it did. But
it did.
Then she heard a whistle. She stared, eyes wide open, mouth agape, intensely unflinching, thinking that this has to be a mistake, but no. Sweden wins. U.S. dreams gone. They're
out of the World Cup. That's it.
Yeah, 120 grueling minutes of soccer, then 7 rounds of penalties, and one decisive video review showed that it did cross the line by what looks like a millimeter or less. Of course, I'm bummed, but every angle, it just looks so very, very close, and they have a little cartoon angle that they're tweeting now with the video because it doesn't look like it, but of course, we're homers, but it's a bummer. So with a millimeter, the U.S. is out. Lionel Messi, though, has scored 5 goals in the first 3 games with Inter Miami, and on Sunday it took him less than 6 minutes to score number 6 in a Leagues Cup knockout against FC Dallas. He bookended the score with a dramatic game-tying goal late in regulation to send the game into penalty kicks, tied at 4-4. Miami won the shootout 5-4 and advanced to the Leagues Cup quarterfinals. It's just a different game and a different league with this guy on the field. The XFL announced that St. Louis Battlehawks linebacker Mike Rose has signed a contract with the Miami Dolphins of the NFL. Rose is the 9th player from the St. Louis roster and one of 43 XFL players overall to sign an NFL contract since the offseason began on May 15th. In 8 games with the Battlehawks, Rose had a fumble recovery, and 4 of his 35 tackles were for a loss. To date, 145 invitations have been sent out to XFL players for camps or to hold individual workouts with NFL teams since the conclusion of that regular season. So that's huge, 145 invitations. The St. Louis Battlehawks
it's a good showcase for all those guys.
Yeah, the Battlehawks will retain Rose's rights if he doesn't make it in the NFL and should return to the XFL. So that's pretty cool. I'm Moon, and that's your sports because some of us love playing with balls.
All right, one final break. We'll come back. We'll wrap her up. All right, that is it for us. Donnie Fandango is next. Had a good time today, guys. Thank you.
Me too.
It's a wonderful time.
Good Monday show in the books. On to Tuesday. Today's Pappy's Recappy.
Brought to you by Pappy's Smokehouse St. Peter's, your summer barbecue headquarters, Highway 70 and Mid-Rivers Mall Drive. We got porno birthday, sports, crap on celebrity, Rizz news, sexy time, fun facts, the sex toy review, everything we covered on today's action-packed Monday show is up on the blog. 7-Eleven workers were walloping a California man who tried to steal a trash can full of cigarettes.
Whooping his legs.
Whooped his ass. You got to see that. Also, they're talking about the enhanced games, a drug Olympics where cheaters can prosper. Got information on that. The Instagram thing is real and viral. And
it's not cheating.
Yeah, I've seen the rules.
Everybody does it.
Right.
Yeah.
And what is ghostlighting? It's a combo of gaslighting and ghosting. We got into that with Sexy Time Fun Facts. Heck of a title today, guys. Heck of a title. Thank you, Lern, again, for some of the things that you say.
Yeah, what is it?
1057thepoint.com/Rizz is the blog, and the podcast is available everywhere. Just search It's Not Dairy, It's Dude.
I want to see what the internet department comes up with as far as the thumbnail for our YouTube show today.
The AI.
No.
Yeah, they looked very excited to do this one today.
All right.
It will be my face, I'm sure. Great.
Don't forget, Friday, Hot Shots Edwardsville. Join us for the Pork Steak Army initiation ceremonies.
That's right.
5 to 7, Hot Shots in Edwardsville.
Be there.
Be there.
Special treats coming your way.
Oh, yeah. All right. Anything else, ladies and gentlemen?
No.
That's it.
Okay. Then we leave you with a selection from our Team Rizz member today, brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill, hotshotsnet.com/Team Rizz. From Wentzville, Michelle McKinney is our Team Rizz member today. And Michelle wants to hear this song. Here it is. And we will see you tomorrow.